for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D!
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Flannel Salmon. It's a Friday, everybody.
Oh, yes. And you know what else is great about this Friday? The Minnesota Twins shit their pants in extra innings again. You just hate to see it.
No, you don't.
I love to see it, but
I do too, especially when they had those dumbass hats on that they had the other day. I thought they were Marlins hats. You know what? You know what else I love about this? Oh, KG's in the building as well.
You know it. What's up?
It's really good.
Oh, you know what's really good? It's Bourbon.
It's Bourbon Friday, everybody. That is correct. And hey, shout out to New Holland, the official sponsor of the Lions pregame show here on Woodward Sports. They sent over some of their New Holland Dragon's Milk Origin.
Wow.
They went high level.
It's good shit.
So, boys, cheers to you all.
Cheers, my guys.
That's right. Spencer Raxter in the building, not participating in Bourbon Friday. There are reasons.
Second straight.
Yeah. No, I participated last time.
I wasn't here that week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got after it a little bit last night, so I've decided to not partake.
Hey, but you made it in, man.
I made it in.
If you would have bet against him coming to work, you would have lost.
I told you, take the favorite, man.
Always
Shout
do.
out.
Always do.
No. That it produced a big swing trade opportunity. Remember, I got in at the beginning at 40-1.
You did.
You remember by the time the show was over, Spencer Raxter, it was about 8-1, 10-1.
Yeah.
So what I did is I had 40-1. I hedged with the minus 2,000 on the other end, and I made my money because that's how I operate.
All right.
Betting sports, dude, I don't understand how anyone just bets a game anymore.
Yeah, you can't. Live betting is the way for me.
Swing trade, man, just like the stock market. Just treat it. It is literally the stock market.
Yeah.
Sports betting.
Yep. I guess the big question is, Spenny, did watching Jacoby Brissett play quarterback make you drink more?
Honestly, it did a little bit. It was pretty embarrassing. I
knew this was going
I'm
to
glad
happen.
you brought that.
I don't know if the Jets defense is just back or
It's
Jacoby
good
Brissett
defense.
just sucks. But
Both. It's
yeah,
both.
That was a pretty tough performance. to
Okay, we got a ton to get to. We have a Lions-Cardinals nickel package. We have a Tigers nickel package.
Hey.
We have a Michigan nickel package.
Hey.
We have a Michigan State nickel package.
Ooh.
We have a sports business nickel package. We have a ton of stuff to get to. It is Bourbon Friday as well. Let me start with that then. The Jets game last night, because I just want to address this. You know the networks. And when I was in Planet Fitness, and we're live at the Planet Fitness
Been
studios,
seeing
I'm on
it
the
all
treadmill.
All morning.
Just glazing air. They were
Herb Street
praying.
last night was so annoying.
Dude.
Just a perfect pass. He's so handsome. I couldn't.
They played the
Bro,
Patriots.
I know.
Patriots defense is good.
It's the Patriots, though. They are good, but it's the Patriots. What are we talking about?
And I didn't put this in the sports business nickel package
Yeah.
because I figured I would address it in the open.
Yeah.
The Jets are on prime time. 6 of the first 12 primetime games. Oh, no. I can't.
It's a little excessive.
Flannel, I'm telling you guys, the good people, jump into that Woodward Sports chat thread, subscribe to the channel, and jump in there. I'm not going to make it. There's 2 things I can't make it. The election season and Aaron Rodgers season.
Facts.
And they're both the same to me. It's both the show. It's both the creation. I can't take it anymore, Flannel. The Aaron Rodgers thing, and it's only happened, we're about 12 hours in, right?
Yep.
Since he finally played a great game against those mighty Patriots. Flannel, I'm not by the end of this, in a month when we do the show, 4 Fridays from now or 3 Fridays from now, I'm gonna erupt on you about Aaron Rodgers. I am. Be ready. Be prepared.
But what if he's back?
Man.
I'm just saying, that was a hell of a game he played last night. You can't
Get
deny
the
it.
fuck out of
He
here.
did play well. You can't just you thought that he would get injured in the first 10 plays of the game. He looked actually pretty nimble out there too. A couple throws on the run.
Got some first downs with his legs.
I'm just saying.
When they play a real team, then I'll give them some credit. But
Thank
right
you.
now, it's
Thank
the
you.
Patriots.
Yeah, it is the Patriots.
2-0 Patriots going into that game.
Man.
They were 1-1. They lost to the Seahawks,
Yeah.
but still, I get it.
They had one win.
Right.
They scored 3 points.
A Jacoby Brissett-led Patriots team, by the way.
Come on.
Come on.
All right, the other thing, the Shaquille Oatmeal in the chat. Jump in there, get your thoughts in there. Neil and Flannel about to glaze Ohtani. No, the Shaquille Oatmeal. I'm actually going the other direction. I love Ohtani as much as anybody else. But the networks with this is the greatest season ever had, people are just going to pretend like Barry Bonds didn't exist.
Well,
and if that triggers you, go to Baseball Reference and look at the numbers. Remind yourself, because I think people have forgotten, Flannel, the greatest seasons in the history of baseball. And if you want to talk about the 50-50, then bring up the fact that Barry Bonds is 500-500. No one else in the history of the game is even 300-300 except for one player, his dad.
If you want to talk about, because I agree, this season is not the greatest season in MLB history, and I am the biggest Shohei Ohtani slappy there is. I think he's going to go down as the best there ever was, and when he's hitting and pitching, he is the best I've ever seen. But this isn't even Shohei Ohtani's best season. Last year, when he had his career high in OPS and was 10-5 and with a 3.14 ERA on the mound, that's Shohei Ohtani at his absolute apex. That's the best baseball player who's ever lived. Unfortunately, when you are only available to hit, you can have a season like this, and it's amazing, one of the best I've ever seen. But when you look back at some of those Barry Bonds seasons, some of those...
it's staggering.
Yeah, I mean, Barry Bonds, he had a 4-year stretch from 01 to 04 where he had an
When you see it in print, it makes you uncomfortable. You're like, this can't be real.
Yeah, Barry Bonds was like an average of like a 250 OPS plus guy for 4 years in a row.
And
that's
which is
never gonna happen
basically
again.
double what Riley Green is this year. Like, think about that for a minute.
And Riley Green's a deserving all-star, too. Yeah.
But Neil, he was on the juice.
I know. Well, see, here's the difference. He didn't get suspended for it.
Yeah.
Let alone twice in a season. So if you want to deny that, then we can just deny you guys must deny the Barry Bonds thing too, right?
Yeah. Well, you know they do, you know.
I know. But anyway, Steve O'Neill, if Jared Goff played well against a weak team, you would be praising him. No, I wouldn't. The stakes have changed. That's what you do against weak teams. However, Stephen David, Rodgers didn't throw the ball longer than 10 yards. More on that later in the NFL nickel package, Spenny.
Look out.
Look out. Absolutely. So there is. Neil got the Hayes Social hat on. I do. Catch my man Spencer Raxter for the watch party.
Live.
Sunday.
Check it out.
Come roll on out to Hayes Social.
Food.
Come on out there. Food.
Beers.
Soroki's. I'm pulling up
New
for the
Holland.
second quarter.
1800. I was doing shots at 1800 last night.
Longer drinks.
You poor soul.
Yeah.
Spenny's going to buy your first drink.
Yep. Boom.
Post-game show, Stick and Anson. We're doing it better than anyone. Anakin, Pats were doomed from the start. Q-Bald, he looks like an old man out there. Well, that's because he is an old man out there.
Jay Thomas, let's put Ohtani on roids.
Well, that would be...
If you did that, Jesus Christ.
And Todd Sane, and look, we'll move on from it here. Todd Sane says it best. Bonds was intentionally walked with the bases loaded. Enough said. That's my point.
Yeah.
They should have stopped the game and put him in the Hall of Fame at that moment.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And he should be in the Hall of Fame
He should be in the Hall of
regardless.
Fame now,
Yes. But you know what I think we can all agree on? I don't know how you guys feel about the Dodgers. I'm sure some of you don't like them, but it's going to be nice to see Ohtani play in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
MLB needs that.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun to see the Tigers in Dodger Stadium for the World Series.
Yes.
But you talked about it. The Twins lose again, so even when the Tigers don't play, they gain ground. That's how good they are right now. That's how good they got it cooking.
Yeah.
You know what's lost in all this? You know we talked about they've gotten literally every break? I missed one that happened Wednesday night. You know how the Mariners were like a game behind?
Yeah.
They're playing the Yankees. I don't know if you guys caught this because it happened at like 1 a.m.
The Julio Rodriguez thing?
Where the bat slips out of the guy's hands.
And he
There's a
runs.
guy on third in the 10th inning.
Yeah.
Bottom of the 10th inning, Mariners are down 2-1. They have a guy on third with one out, which is standard in extra innings.
Yeah.
The bat slips out of the batter's hands, goes directly down the third baseline. The runner on third ducks out of the way towards the dugout to get out of the way of the bat.
Yeah.
But the catcher caught the ball. He fires it down to third. He's out. Like that. Come on, Flannel.
Wow.
Hey, But it kind of is a microcosm of Julio Rodriguez's face-planting regression this year. And Seattle's offense has been terrible. I mean, look at Julio Rodriguez. His OPS this season is 708. In his last season, it was 818, and the year before it was 853. So if you want to talk about the Seattle Mariners and correlation between them making the playoffs last year and not doing it this year, it's Julio Rodriguez's regression. He looked like an up-and-coming star, and this year he has not played as such. And I understand that base running gaff wasn't all his fault, but I think he forgot, I got to get back on third. It wasn't a foul.
Because it's a once-in-a-lifetime play.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, so we got to that. There's something else. We got a lot to cook through here, Spenny, in the open. I got a DM on Instagram, Spenny, because people knew that Sam Flannel was coming on the show today.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
And why? All right.
Proceed.
So anyway, get a DM on Instagram. Came from Jacob Small, a loyal viewer. This Tiger team's unbelievable. I can't explain any of what's going on with this and how they're winning these games. If they make the playoffs, both A.J. Hinch and Chris Fetter should get awards. Can't wait to tune into Woodward the rest of the baseball season, see how the Tigers finish off the year. Also, can't wait to see you hold Sam Flannel accountable for calling for A.J. Hinch to be fired.
I tried to tell you,
Almost
Sam.
as bad as his JMO is a bust take. So, Flannel, since we're here and Jacob Small is a constituent of Woodward Sports, he wants to see you be held accountable by me.
Yeah.
So, I'm curious to get your thoughts on the fact that you said you wanted A.J. Hinch fired, which you did.
I did.
Which was fucking laughable then.
Yeah.
Probably just as much
Even
as
with
it's
them
laughable
struggling.
now.
It wasn't as laughable then, but it's turned out to be
Nah,
laughable.
it
It's
was-
turned out to be laughable. I will admit it. It has turned out to be laughable. With
So,
the way
Flannel, who was right in that whole A.J. Hinch discussion, me or you?
I think a lot closer to you, but I think you go a little bit too far. Just a little bit too far.
He took 1.5 pitchers and is going to get him in the playoffs.
But it's not 1.5 pitchers. We talked about how Cater Montero has a better ERA after the All-Star break than Corbin
Right.
Burns. He's a second pitcher. He is. Whether you like it or not, he is starter number 2. He's not a half a starter. You've seen what he's done in the last 2 games. 14 innings, 0 earned runs. Put some respect on Cater Montero's name. He's
1
not a half a starter.
3/4 pitchers.
2 pitchers. 2 starters. That's still
Oh,
impressive.
2 starters.
though.
Okay,
I understand.
I'll give it to you. 2 starters,
I understand.
Flannel.
I understand.
And excellent bullpen management.
Absolutely.
And that's not Fetter. Like, I know somebody hit me with that. Well, the bullpen's because of Fetter. No, the management is because of A.J. Hinch. It's his show. He's the manager.
Yeah.
He makes the calls.
The management of the bullpen is Hinch. The fact that all of these guys like the Ty Maddens and the Brant Herders and the Sean Gunthers and the Brennan Hanafis, the Cater Monteros even, have come up to the Tigers and been better statistically in the majors than they were with AAA Toledo this year, that's Chris Fetter. It's a combination, and they both have done an excellent job. I'm not going to deny that. The bullpen and the way that they've been pitching, the way that they've gotten through games with guys like Holton and Bo Brisky and Brennan Hanafi opening, absolutely unbelievable. But it does help to manage the bullpen when you got Tyler Holton with a 0.38 ERA since June 29th. That's real, by the way. Tyler Holton, 3rd in the Cy Young race. Skubal, Clase, Holton. I said it on Wake Up Woodward. I'll say it again.
Stephen David, nobody's surprised that Flannel had a terrible take.
All right,
Yeah.
fine.
I tried to talk him off the ledge.
Here on Mark M, admit it was completely stupid then.
Even when they
it's-
were struggling.
It's turned out to be stupid, yes.
Because I think your big gripe at the time was the fact that, Kerry Carpenter wasn't getting, the at-bats, or he got subbed out, and then Javi was being put in.
Well, that
damn near
wasn't.
every day.
Kerry Carpenter at the time was hurt. My thing was more with the Carson Kelly not hitting
Oh,
enough,
yeah,
and guys like
yeah.
Andy Ibanez. But you saw McKinstry, you saw but it's neither here nor there.
He hasn't been perfect. We can
No,
say that,
of course.
but at the same time, that was a little aggressive.
Fair.
Especially when early in the season, a lot of our early dubs came from A.J. Hinch decisions.
That's fair.
All right,
I
real
was
quick,
wrong.
because I'm going to try to stay on the clock for this show today. I'm going to try really hard. I know it's break time.
It's not gonna
real
happen.
quick, Flannel, give me 20 seconds. Joel Embiid and the Sixers agree to a max extension worth $301 million for Joel Embiid. Your thoughts?
My thoughts are
All that to be mid, right?
well, he's not mid. He's just
Well,
not.
his team's very mid.
Well, he's not available enough, and he's one of the worst playoff underachievers in terms of
Ever.
star players ever. It's factual. The numbers literally
Wait a
play out
minute.
that way. When have I ever said anything otherwise? I've never said
Huh.
anything otherwise.
I criticize him, and I get pushed back.
You're a hater.
Yeah, I'm a hater. You do it, and it's it's fair to criticize them.
Of course it is. But
when I do it, it's not.
But at the same time,
But when I do it, it's not.
Tone, Neil.
I mean, you can make an argument that Embiid deserved that regular season MVP over Jokic. You say it was a heist.
It was a heist.
It wasn't a heist.
The only
it was
thing
fair.
missing was a bandana over the nose and mouth, a cowboy hat, and a stagecoach.
Because
that was the only thing that was missing.
It's a regular season award, and Joel Embiid, when healthy on a per-game basis...
That was a railroad robbery.
Fine, is a top 3 to 5 player in the NBA. He's just not healthy enough, and in the playoffs, he is certainly not that top 3 to 5 player.
He should have taken a 6-shooter into the NBA offices when he got that award.
All right. I mean, according to Neil Rule, he's probably not even a Hall of Famer. You just hate that man. He is a Hall of Famer, by the way.
Hold on. Brandon Katz in the chat. Embiid is the best player in the NBA.
Okay.
That's a dumb take,
Be
bro.
on the right side of history there, Flan.
All right,
Okay.
That's a dumb take, bro.
In the regular season, on a per-game basis, he's top 3 to 5, and that's factual.
Tell him about Dispo. Let's go. Come on.
Of course, which I assume I'm probably going to need to smoke at the end of this show, but I'm not going to. How would you like $10 of free products from Dispo Dispensary? Screenshot this image with a QR code and bring it into any Dispo location, and you'll get a free $10 to spend in-store with a minimum purchase of $25. Visit Dispo Dispensary today or disposhops.com. Dispo Dispensary, your local cannabis plug.
Real quick in the chat. Real quick in the chat, Lens. Neil sounds like he's tuning up for a weekend trip to Mankato. Well, if I do, when I'm in the tavern, you know what I'm asking for. The New Holland Taller long drink. That is right. It's made right here in Michigan. All natural ingredients for better flavor. Taller, the Dutch long drink from New Holland Brewing Company, is shoulders above the rest. Made from New Holland small batch gin. 100% real grapefruit puree for a fresh and delicious flavor. Taller is your local long drink. Don't forget, by the way, they make outstanding bourbon as well, like the New Holland Origin.
Fire.
The Great American Chevy Week is back and bigger than ever at Feldman Chevrolet. Choose from the largest inventory of award-winning Chevys, all priced to move for the biggest week of the year. Get this 2024 Silverado for only $213 a month, or this 2024 Equinox for as low as $249 a month. Feldman takes the Great American Chevy Week to another level. Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
Neil Rule here for Woodward Merch. We got the very best merch in the Detroit sports game. It's election season, as we talked about. I don't know if you know or not.
Every commercial, dude.
Every text you get on your phone.
Oh.
Literally everything.
Right.
Vote Campbell and Holmes. That's what I'm going to do.
They're eating the dogs.
Just vote Campbell Holmes. Make it easy on yourself. Get your Campbell Holmes material at shop.woodwardsports.com. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey. There's a Woodward Sports golf line as well. You can still get a Boot 'em Kid shirt if you want to as well. Shop.woodwardsports.com. All right, Nickel Package Friday, everybody. We're here to do the nickel packages. I love it.
Nickel bags.
It's Bourbon Friday, brought to you by
$5
New
get
Holland as well, and we're doing it. I would read the chat, but it's just a bunch of Brandon Katz telling me would've, could've, should've for Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
I know, I hear it all the time, Catspot. I hear it all the time. Mike G, Flannel, dude, drink faster.
I'm working on it. This is some
All right. Catch
high
up,
class
man.
stuff.
Freddie Felt, I'm waiting to cop my JMO is slow shirt. We did, I don't know if you caught that on the show the other day. We did kind of a troll merch.
Yeah.
We want to do a troll merch section?
Yeah. Stick, after Wake Up Woodward, he came into the studio and kind of previewed what he was about to do. Those are pretty funny.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ben Wallace isn't a Hall of Famer. Make a shirt.
There we go. Put my face on it. I don't care. Put me with like the sleeveless flannel on it. I don't care. I'll own it.
That is pretty dope. All right, you guys, we're going to do a lot of football, obviously, today. But we got a Tigers nickel package that we'll get to in the second hour as well. Spenny, you ready, man? I know you're moving a little slow today.
I'm ready.
You're ready
to go. Oh, yeah.
You geared up?
Locked in.
Locked, loaded?
Dialed in.
All right, let's go. Nickel package. Lions v. Carter. You know the Lions play a football game this weekend?
Lions do. You'd never guess it, but they do. They're going to the desert to take on the Arizona Cardinals. First question. Who leads the Lions in receiving yards this Sunday?
I'm going back to the well with Jamison Williams.
Yeah.
It's a pattern now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They are going to get the ball in his direction deep down the field at least 2 times a game, Flannel. And if he catches one, he's got a great shot.
That's fair, but I also think that this is a game where the Lions will attempt to work the middle of the field more. You saw a couple of plays. Shout out Easy, by the way, for breaking down this film of where Sam Laporta was open in the middle and Jared Goff didn't hit him a couple times. Amon-Ra St. Brown on one, Khalif Raymond on another. My point is that I think it's going to be Amon-Ra St. Brown because nothing shocks you back into doing what you do best more, like losing a game you shouldn't lose. And I think the middle of the field will be open. I don't fear the Cardinals' defense as much as I did the Bucs' defense, for example. So Amon-Ra St. Brown, big day, another 100 yards. Book it.
I agree with Flannel.
All right, next question of the Lions nickel
Second down.
package. Over under 49.5 rushing yards for James
And
Conner.
by the way, these over-unders are not sports books. These are mine.
It's a Flannel Sportsbook, not Caesars.
I think we've gotten to the point with the Lions defense where just insert a running back's name, give me a total, and I'll take the under.
Yep.
And I'm
Under.
going to cash 8 out of the 10 times.
Under.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and look, I think James Conner is criminally underrated in NFL circles.
Yeah, he is.
I do, for real. I have a lot of respect for him. I think he's a very, very good player. But Spenny and I, when we were at the game, this was the first half, too, so we hadn't really drank everything we were going to drink. But you remember, Spenny, we were having the DJ Reader discussion.
Yeah.
And sitting there and being close to it, you watch it, and Spenny, remember, we're like, that is different up there. That is a different man. There were Terry Foster-esque comments about the size of his ass. Like, everything. Everything was in play.
Damn, that's a big ass.
It's
Right,
just,
long voice.
I'm telling you,
Shout out Lomas.
it's not a stunner. I'm telling you, man, nobody will hit their over-rushing totals. Nobody. They have cut off the run game, Flannel.
Yep, the only running back in the last 2 years that has really gone off, and I don't even consider this going off, was Christian McCaffrey in the NFC Championship game. Other than that, it doesn't matter who you are, whether you're Kenneth Walker, whether you're Bijan, whether you're Aaron Jones, whether you're Pacheco, whether you're Kyron Williams.
Yep.
You're going to have a rough day, and it's going to be the same for James Conner. Under.
In the chat, Greasy Squirrel, Spenny's at work, Neil's 40-1, did not hit.
True.
Greasy Squirrel, it did. I just went through the whole live betting swing trade.
Yeah.
Because remember, there was not as much confidence at the end of the show.
I was always confident.
And, well, you
I
were.
was, too. I was with you,
But
Spen.
the markets were wavering a little bit. Remember, it got down to 20-1.
Yeah.
Markets don't know.
Because y'all heard he was going to be doing a little bit of drinking.
Then
Now.
it
Markets
got down
don't
to
know
10
I'm
to
built
1.
different.
Yeah.
No, it was like market close, where like there was this wild swing, and when it did, I took Spenny to show up to work, minus
If
20,000.
I showed up on Monday this week, then I was definitely showing up today.
Yeah.
I know, but that just, it goes to show you, your team doesn't have to win money betting on it.
That's
True.
facts.
Market conditions have to change. All right, third down.
All right, third down, third question of the Lions nickel package. Does Jared Goff have his first 0 interception game of the season this Sunday?
Yeah, more on that a little bit later on in the NFL nickel package, by
I
the
think
way.
so.
Just
I
drawing
think
your
it's
swords for no reason.
He has 3 turnovers in 2 games. I think it's imperative for
I know,
him
it
to hold
reminds
on
me
to
of
the
another
ball.
quarterback in this league, but we'll talk about that later.
But yeah, I
Always
believe
drawing
he
your
will.
swords for no reason. There was no hate when it comes to this because my answer is yes. He will have his first 0 interception game of the season because I think both Jared Goff and Ben Johnson really studied the film hard this week, and they're going to clean up the mistakes that they made. Ben Johnson didn't have his best day. He called too many passes. Jared Goff made some bad decisions, and they are going to clean it up because, as I said before, the Arizona Cardinals, I'm not disrespecting them completely, but their defensive line, I think, is one of the weakest the Lions will
Facts.
see, and they're injured. Bijan Ojulari, Darius Robinson, their linebacking core. Dennis Gardeck is probably their best linebacker, or Mac Wilson, but Dennis Gardeck's more of a pass rusher. And in the secondary, all I really am scared of is Budda Baker. Big day for Jared Goff and this offense, and they get it back together. 0 interception game for Jared Goff.
Yeah, I mean, it's due, right? Like
Yes,
the,
yes.
The data we have on his
Yes.
career suggests that there is a 0 interception day loading. He is not frivolous with the football.
Yeah.
I think that's proven out during the course of his career. So, yeah, it stands to reason that there's going to be a correction. A
needs to be.
regression to the mean, I guess you could say. So, yeah, I stand there with you on that. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
4th down.
All right, next question of the Lions nickel package. How worried should Lions fans be about Kyler Murray to Marvin Harrison Jr.?
I guess, can I answer a question with asking a question?
Yeah.
For real. And I'm not picking on anybody. Where are we with the Terrion Arnold thing? Like 1 to 10.
I think
it hasn't been a 10.
I think but
it hasn't been a
he's-
9.
Overall, he's done great. Like
7.
the kind of the flags that he's accrued so far, a couple of them have been petty, but overall, I thought he's been great in coverage.
That's this league, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm
he needs
saying?
to learn that. He needs to learn that.
And that's where it is, because the mistake he did. And look, guys, I'm not killing Terrion Arnold here. I'm not. I like what I've seen. So I believe we've already cleared the first hurdle with Terrion Arnold.
His coverage is there. He just has to work on the penalties.
Is he good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, he's good.
Yeah.
Yes. He's the first hurdle. He's not Jeff Okuda.
Right.
We cleared that hurdle, I think, in the preseason. So there's levels to this, as the kids say. So I'm happy with it overall. That being said, the flag in the Buccaneers game was a points play. That was essentially the same as getting burned for 40% of a touchdown. It was, because it directly led to 3 points. No matter how you slice it, Flannel, it did. And those are the mistakes that can't happen again. And guys, everybody calm down. He's good. I said this. The Terrion Arnold that is here on September 7th will not be the Terrion Arnold October 7th, will not be November 7th, December 7th, January 7th, etc. I'm cutting him slack, everybody. With that being said, I think the basic form of this question is, if you're cool with Terrion Arnold, then you're cool with this matchup, Murray to Marvin Harrison Jr.
See, I think you can be cool with one but worried about the other, because I think Marvin Harrison Jr. personally is going to have a Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Puka Nacua-like rookie season. He's going to absolutely dominate. And also, there was a play in the Rams game in which Kyler Murray just basically turned into a magician. I broke down the film on Wake Up Woodward yesterday, where he rolled to his left, just escaped. Byron Young was bearing down on him, and then Kyler Murray just threw one to a wide open Marvin Harrison Jr. who had gotten behind the defense. And my point with that is that Terrion Arnold, you can like him, you can be pleased with how he's looking the first couple of weeks. If Kyler Murray's working that kind of magic, he can't stick with Marvin Harrison Jr. for that long. Carlton Davis can't stick with Marvin Harrison Jr. for that long. Amik Robertson, although it's probably not going to be the matchup, he can't stick with Marvin Harrison Jr. that long. So I think it's all about containing Kyler Murray and not let him kill you with his scrambling ability.
Catspot actually brings up one of his rare good points. You're playing Kyler Murray at the wrong time, which they are.
Yeah,
you want to be playing him in the second half of the season.
You want to play him with Call of Duty draft.
You want him to be 8-1.
Yeah.
And then they just fall off the table, which they always
when Call
do.
of Duty comes out.
What, October, right?
Right, yep. October, November every year.
Yeah, so.
And it's going to be a doozy this year.
Black Ops 6?
Yeah, new Black Ops looks sweet.
No, but I mean, for real, I do believe in Kyler Murray.
Sure.
He was somebody I had on my radar for fantasy football, and the drafts didn't work out that way for me to get him. But I do think that he was thrown in the dumpster too quickly.
Yeah.
100%.
I do think that. And if I were walking by and I saw that in the dumpster, I'd be like, oh, that would fit well in my home.
Absolutely.
And you take it home, you clean it up a little bit, and there you go. You rock it out.
He's a stray.
Well said.
Yeah.
He's
a stray. Yeah, Kyler Murray was a stray quarterback. You left some milk on the porch.
Yeah.
He came back a couple of times. You brought him into the house. You took him to the vet, got him his shots and everything. Next thing you know, he's in your home.
But that's the thing. How was he ever a stray? People are acting like he had a Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones start to his career.
Flannel, that's the way this works.
I know.
Man.
So what have you done for me
fine.
lately?
But the point is that Kyler Murray's good, and there are ways in which he can hurt the Lions. Hopefully he does it, but the Lions better be on alert.
I just got a video from D-Mac.
Oh.
You want to play it out of the next break? Or?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to listen to it first.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, make sure it's
Just to
suitable.
make sure. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. All right, 5th down. We'll ride out. Stay on the clock. Here we go. Quick one.
All right. 5th down. Oh, yeah, it's good. It's about Mo and Raymond.
Nice.
All right, next. You never know.
Right.
I've gotten some great.
You literally could get anything.
I've gotten some very good DMAC videos before, so I had to make sure.
Shout out DMAC.
All right, final question of the nickel package of the Lions and Cardinals. Over under 34.5 rushing attempts by the Lions on Sunday.
Over.
Better be over.
Over, Neil. Come on.
That's going to depend on game flow.
They have a weak, defensive line. They
I
have to get back to running the ball.
I understand that, but you know how this works. See, this is where nuance comes in, and Flannel's not going to like this, but this is how the real world works. You come in, the Cardinals get the ball first, they score first. You punt in your drive. You don't put any points on the board or a field goal or whatever. They come down and they score again.
Well, that's different.
Guess what?
That's different.
Well, these things happen in the NFL.
That's true.
All around the league, every single Thursday, sometimes Friday, sometimes Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. It happens,
But
man.
they lost last week because they got out of their identity. That is their identity, is running the ball. So they have to stick to it this week. They do.
And that's fair. If the game flow is where they score first, then yeah, they'll shoot past that. But I don't think it's a lock you guys do.
Well, I think it's a lock. I don't care if it's a 2-score game or a 1-score game or the
Exactly.
Lions are losing. Not a 3-score game, but the other 3 scenarios apply. The Lions need to keep running the football because when they've done it this year, they're still a top 10 rushing offense in terms of yards per game and still top 10 in yards per carry per game. And you saw in week 1, David Montgomery went off, particularly in overtime. You saw in week 2, Jahmyr Gibbs in the second half was getting some really, really nice runs on some really nice play design.
85 yards.
Yes, Lions, run the damn ball. Unless you're down by 3 scores, run the damn ball.
All right, well, Sunday, we know where you guys will be locked into. That's right. All of football Sunday begins and ends with Woodward Sports. We're doing it better than anyone in the city, including the flagship station, including the TV networks, all of it. How does it work? Sundays, 8 to 9, Woodward and Maine. Terry Foster, Matthew Broder in the house. And then from 10 to noon this Sunday, the New Holland Brewing Company pre-game show. Myself and Sean Belisian will be in studio this week, obviously, since the Lions are on the road. The pre-game show is brought to you by Sabbath Coffee Roasters, and Tullamore do as well. And again, our fine friends at New Holland Brewing. Try the Tangerine Space Machine, the taller long drink. It's the best. Don't forget they have bourbon too on Bourbon Friday. But we are doing game days better than anyone. Tens of thousands of you watch every single Sunday. We appreciate it. Woodward Sports.
And what about Caesars?
Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Hey, you guys know what it is. Spenny told me he had a good friend of his
I did.
put a dime down last night.
He did.
His initial deposit. The bet didn't come through.
It did not.
But you know what?
got
No
it back.
sweat. He got it back, everybody, in a free bet. That's right, because that's how it works. Up to $1,000 as a bonus bet if your first bet loses. How does that work? Scan the QR code on the screen. Use promo code Woodward1000, and you will be in there, everybody. Caesar Sportsbook, great app, easy to navigate, all of it. Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Premier Pet Supplies, hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices at all the conveniences. The online and big box retailers with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for over 30 years. 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you. Same day local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
What did DMAC tell you? He said patience. and the contracts would probably be done before camp. Raymond, Mo, Bert, Ernie, welcome back.
And that is true. Darren McCarty tried to tell y'all.
He did. He has spoken.
And he broke it down to the point where he's like, I bet you the contracts are already done and they're being finalized.
Yeah, 7 years, 8.5 for Mo, 8 years, 8.1
I
for
feel
Raymond.
like that's a bit of a discount.
It's a
with
good
Mo.
deal. Yeah.
So I was looking at some of the X comments, and there is some pushback about like the length of the contract and how much it was.
That's
I don't know how.
Tell me you're new.
I have no idea.
Tell me
I've
you're
seen
new.
it.
That
I've
is
seen it.
that is standard of every single deal. Look at every deal in the NHL.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
guys come off their rookie deals, they're all 8 for 64.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't.
All of 'em.
Those are just people that don't watch hockey, I guess, because that's what you have to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
And those are fantastic deals for the level of players. Those two guys
the Mo deal is better than the Raymond deal for me if I'm an owner.
Yes.
Like if I'm the team.
Raymond's going to score 40 goals this year.
Now, then I change my mind then if he
Yeah.
does that.
Yeah.
I reserve the right to change my mind. And I say about the Sider deal, you know what I bet the holdup was?
What's up?
I bet the holdup was he wanted to go 7, they wanted to go 8. Because if he's a Norris winning defenseman, every year earlier he can get to free agency is a huge pay bump.
It's a
Absolutely.
double-digit million.
It's a
contract.
huge pay bump.
Absolutely,
So my
yeah.
guess would be the team was like, if you want to do this, we're giving you. They did or tried to do with them what I want the Tigers to do with Riley Green.
Mm-hmm.
What I wanted the Tigers to do with Riley Green last offseason into this offseason.
What they did with Colt Keith.
Yeah, I want them to do that, but do it Riley Green adjacent.
Yeah,
Because it's what the Braves did with Ronald Acuna.
yeah.
You know, I forget what it was, 8 for $120 million or something
Yeah,
like that,
it's been
which is
steal.
a effing steal. But they did it when he was like 20.
Yeah,
you
and
know.
now he's MVP. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want the Tigers to do something like that. I would guess that would be the battle. Was Sider's people were like, we want to go shorter. The Wings are like, we want to go longer, and that was the holdup. But in the end, they got it done. They're locked. They're loaded. Nothing new. Like people ask me, they're like, why aren't you talking about this? Because what's understood
It's
doesn't need to be
standard,
explained.
Right. Yeah.
You know, like, and
Fair
it's
enough.
Bourbon Friday. And
Fair
Nickel
enough.
Package
Fair
Friday.
enough.
Right.
NFL nickel package.
Hold on. Someone asked, Steve O'Baby, Neil, what time's the Michigan State nickel package? We're aiming to about 12:15. All right, NFL nickel.
All right, NFL nickel package. First question of the NFL nickel package. In honor of Flannel Sam's Lions package questions, does Patrick Mahomes have his first 0 interception game of the season this week? And is it the week he improves on his 1-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio?
Who do they play?
I have to ask the question before I answer. Why do people like you and Stick draw your swords so quickly when it comes to Jared
What do you
Goff?
mean?
I see what
I'm
you're
asking
doing.
the same question about a quarterback in the exact same spot.
What's Jared Goff's touchdown to interception ratio this year?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Say it.
1-to-1?
1,
1-to-3?
3.
Okay.
It's not the same. And Patrick Mahomes is the only quarterback in the NFL who...
No, I know his resume.
No, I get it, but he's actually above reproach. Patrick Mahomes...
Well,
could-
there's other questions about Mahomes later on in the nickel pack.
Well, there shouldn't be. I'll tell you what, Patrick Mahomes, if he retired today, or if he decided the next 3 or 4 years to be...
This is a relevant NFL
No, it's
story.
not.
If it's relevant with Goff, then it's relevant with Mahomes.
Because they're not on the same exit of the highway. Like, Patrick Mahomes
no,
is...
but this season's in a vacuum, Flannel.
But it's not when you're Patrick Mahomes and the
no,
Chiefs.
it is.
It's
because
not.
To quote Metallica,
Uh-oh.
nothing else matters.
You mean 3 Super Bowl?
Nothing else matters.
You gonna
As far as
get
this
Sam
season,
high.
hey,
Uh-oh.
those Super Bowls do not help him this year.
You're going to get
They
Sam
don't
high.
help him.
But they give him
So
the
you admit
ultimate-
they don't help him.
They
We are
give
in a
him-
vacuum.
They give him the ultimate credit line, though. He could be
Sure.
Daniel Jones the next 4 seasons
Sure.
and retire as the
Decline
greatest
and
player in
sinker.
history.
Doesn't
Every
change the
time.
fact that the question is the exact same question.
No, it's not, because he
Yes,
actually
it
has a
is.
1-to-1 instead of a
Neil finna
1-to-3.
turn him up, y'all.
And the Kansas City Chiefs, even
He
though
been
Patrick
drinking.
Mahomes was outplayed by Joe Burrow, and I will admit that.
Oh, you
the
mean
Chiefs are 2-0.
155 yards and
Come
2
on, Sam.
picks?
Yeah, the Chiefs are 2-0 though.
So the Chiefs overcame Mahomes and still won.
in that game they did.
Okay,
but how
cool.
many games has Mahomes put them on their back and been Superman? Millions,
nothing else.
Keep it
billions
together,
and
Sam.
billions and
help you
billions and
this
billions.
year.
Okay, fine.
He's been average.
And Jared Goff's been terrible.
Good jab, Sam. Good
But,
jab.
but he's been the exact same,
No, he
right?
hasn't.
They're both 1-1. That's what you keep coming back to.
Kansas City Chiefs
They're
are
both
2-0.
1-1.
The Kansas City Chiefs are 2-0. The Lions are 1-1. Patrick Mahomes 3-3, Jared Goff 1-3 in terms of touchdown to interception
so
ratio.
we're gonna hide behind some little minute detail. But Patrick Mahomes is 3 times the quarterback Goff is, right?
So
his number should be 3 times
10
better.
times the quarterback anybody is. The gap between him and the second best player at his position is higher than in any sport, in any position, anywhere. Patrick Mahomes is the one. He is the only one.
Getting back to the question, is this the week that he improves on that?
Absolutely, because he's Patrick Mahomes. That's the only answer you need.
Who do they play this week?
Atlanta.
Sunday night on the road. Mahomes hasn't been very good in domes on the road.
Yeah, Jesse
Ask the
Bates.
Colts.
I don't know.
All right.
JP17, take another drink, Flannel.
Actually,
Mike Bell, please, no nuclear Sam today.
No, Sam, I'm proud of you. You held your shit.
Thank you.
Shad216, Patrick Mahomes had 17 interceptions called back because of defensive penalties.
Jesus
Sounds
Christ.
like a turnover machine if it's not for the refs, right?
Jesus Christ, Shad.
Well, a good friend of mine who sat in that chair on Monday and who joins me on the Lions pregame show 10 to noon this Sunday
Shout out.
has a quote. The great Sean Belizean, facts are mean. All right, second down.
Second
41
down.
touchdowns, 8 picks in the playoffs.
Well,
3
yeah,
Super Bowl
especially when
MVPs.
17 of them get taken back. All right,
And
here
the
we go.
playoffs, 41-8.
Here we go.
Best ever.
When you're paying the refs, that's what's going to happen.
Hey, you know that play in the Cincinnati
Come
game?
on,
Remember
Sam.
the play before on third down when they converted and it was called back by a penalty?
Nope.
Don't do it,
Bengals
Sam.
fans are pussies. They are them.
Now, that I'll agree with you.
Bengals fans are absolute pussies.
Fuck
Not
Ohio.
as much as their owner.
And their mayor. And not
You-
as much
hey,
as
and
Vikings
their
fans.
All right,
And
look,
the mayor.
we've messed the clock up. I've accepted that. Real quick on the Bengals thing.
And they hate gorillas.
They do hate gorillas.
You know what the holdup is on the Jamar
R.I.P.
Chase
Harambe.
contract right now?
What is it?
The signing bonus. Because you guys know when they do a mega signing bonus that becomes guaranteed money, they don't pay all of that up because there's roster bonuses that apply to it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The owner is responsible to put that in an escrow account. We talked about the cash over cap thing. When you have a $100 million signing bonus, as soon as that contract's signed, the owner has to scratch a $100 million check and put it into an escrow account. It has to be done. That's the holdup. The owner does not want to scratch a $100 million check and put it in escrow.
Of course not.
And that's the thing. Would we all agree that the Bengals, they're effed without Jamar Chase?
Yes.
Yes.
No, they have Joe Burrow. You love him.
But
You love him.
Joe Burrow's the third best quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah. If he has no one to throw to.
Everybody's got weapons. Everybody needs weapons.
T.
Flannel.
Higgins can't be your number one.
I got a question for you. Per
Yes.
Brandon Katz
Yes.
says that's a dumb take by Sam. Herbert and Allen playing with Reed in KC system would be just as good as Mahomes.
You can't.
Is Justin Herbert the same level of quarterback as Patrick Mahomes?
No,
shit.
no. Because what did Donovan McNabb and Alex Smith do with Andy Reid? I'm just saying, Andy Reid needed his
Donovan
unicorn
McNabb
quarterback.
went to a Super Bowl.
Donovan McNabb didn't win a Super Bowl, and Alex Smith didn't even win a playoff game. With Patrick Mahomes, that was the quarterback that Andy Reid's system needed to take it to the top and be a dominant dynasty. So I don't want to hear about if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, then I would be playing in the NBA right now. Come on.
Detroit
Facts.
Dabber. Dick's out for Harambe. We never
Dick's
talk
out
about
for-
Harambe anymore.
People forgot about Harambe.
They did. All right,
Yeah.
let's cook this.
Oh, we got to go to break.
I always forget about the blacks.
You want to do the? All right.
Yeah.
You want to do the break?
Yeah, we got to. Tell us about Lady Jane's flannel.
Damn.
Hey, I think we bake in one segment for
Yeah.
overflow.
Good job,
So,
Sam, by the way. I'm
thank
proud of you.
I appreciate you. Growth is something that you can even do at 32 years old. But Lady Jane's, speaking of when my hair growth gets out of control, I got to get my haircut at Lady Jane's. Walk into any Lady Jane's haircuts for men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a precision haircut, scalp massage, a hot leather, neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Just scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Railing out with your Premier Pet Supply, man, just looking around. Who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody!
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports.
Have you ever thought about volunteering but don't know where to start? Start with the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign. Visit registertoring.com to sign up for shifts. You'll have an option to choose a 2-hour session at a physical Red Kettle site or participate in a virtual bell ringing shift to raise funds from the comfort of your own home. Virtual bell ringers can sign up and begin raising funds at any time. Traditional bell ringing begins on Friday, November 7th and runs through Christmas Eve, excluding Thanksgiving and Sundays. To sign up for volunteer shifts, visit registertoring.com.
All right, let's try this again. Nickel Package Friday, Bourbon Friday. Neil Rule, Sam Flannel in for D-Mac. We have KG. What's really good, KG?
Oh, this bourbon.
This bourbon's really good. Dude, shout out New Holland. By the way, New Holland
quality.
Origin. Dragon's Milk Origin. It is high quality stuff. I tried to tell you guys, man.
Yeah.
It is very, very good. Spencer Raxter's in the building, winding down from the birthday shenanigans. He'll be back in the streets tomorrow.
I will.
Yeah. He ain't even started yet.
I know.
No. Yeah,
he will.
Just a couple shots last night.
All right, let's try this again. Damn it, we're staying on the clock.
All right, next question.
Good luck.
What are we on? Second down or something?
Second down of the NFL nickel package. 24% of the passes in the NFL this year have been completed at or behind the line of scrimmage this season. The highest number since they started tracking this number in 2006. Mahomes is at a career high of 38%. The only QB in the NFL to throw for 250-plus yards in both games this year is Gardner Minshew.
Wow.
Is this new game manager era for NFL QBs?
I think Patrick Mahomes has become a game manager.
I mean, he kind of was last year.
Yeah.
He just completes screen passes and dump offs, and that's what he is now.
If it works.
Just try to not turn the ball over as much, and I think he'll be okay.
But that's kind of my point about NFL teams. First of all, I don't think with the lack of practice time and maybe the lack of preseason, teams come in a little bit rusty. But to me, it's also about, in this modern age of the NFL, teams are petrified of committing turnovers. Neil, you remember a day when throwing interceptions was the norm. I mean, when you look at the top 10 interception throwers of all
I know,
time.
yeah. Brett Favre, #1, never ever be broken. That record will never be broken.
Yes.
No one will ever throw as many
They won't.
interceptions as Brett Favre did. You have to throw 30 a year for a decade, and you're still 2 years away.
Absolutely.
No one ever talks about that.
Yes.
He's the worst ever at it.
Yeah.
Ever? Yes, ever.
It's that gunslinger.
But it was
mentality.
also,
Oh, yeah, fuck that guy.
and don't get me wrong, Brett Favre, especially later in his career, had some really rough seasons with Green Bay. But
He's
he also,
really good with public money, though.
Oh, yeah. Facts.
well, that's neither here nor
Put
there.
that man behind
But like
bars.
when you look at the top 10 interception throwers of all time, Brett Favre's #1, Fran Tarkenton's in, Johnny Unitas, Dan Marino, and Peyton Manning. Terry Bradshaw's career touchdown to interception ratio is 212 to 210. Joe Namath is 173 to 220. You know what all of those players have in common? They're wearing a gold jacket in Canton, Ohio. Interceptions used to be something that was commonplace. They just happened. Teams push the ball down the field a little bit more. In the modern age of the NFL, I think it started with like the advent of the West Coast offense and Bill Walsh and all of that, and has spiraled into what it is now. Teams just are terrified of committing turnovers.
Todd Sane says Mel Kiper was talking about the too high safety, and we brought it up.
Yeah.
But it is true in this respect. You know what this game is now? This game is let them down the field and make them kick field goals.
Yeah.
That's what this game is.
Sure.
Field
Yeah.
goal is a new punt.
Yeah, it is.
That's it. Like that's what this game is.
Right.
If
Hold
you
them
can,
to 3.
If you can score touchdowns when you get in the red zone, that is the difference. That's the difference. It's changed, man. DNC-ENT, offenses are dead right now. Field goals way up. Through 2 weeks last year, there were 88 passing touchdowns. Through 2 weeks this year, there were 67. Offenses are dead. More on that in a second.
More on that in a second. Next question of the NFL nickel package. Flannel's other boy, Justin Herbert, missed practice on Wednesday with
Why
an
are you
ankle
doing this
injury.
to him, man?
Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter for Jim Harbaugh.
No. if he has a body that can hand the ball to J.K. Dobbins, and when he gets hurt, Gus Edwards, and when he gets hurt, the next guy, it doesn't matter. We saw this when we did the draft show that day, and they took an offensive lineman.
Yeah, Joe Alt.
They took Joe Alt. They already have Slay. Like you knew this was going to happen. Anyone that took Justin Herbert in fantasy is an idiot.
Yeah, for real.
An idiot.
You want to talk about a game manager?
Hey,
He's an elite.
It was never not going to be this
elite game manager.
But do you know what, though? I'm happy for Justin Herbert. He finally has the situation that some other quarterbacks have had for so many years. He doesn't have Brandon Staley or Anthony Lynn anymore. He has Jim Harbaugh. He's got a running game. He's got a defense. He's got a team that's relatively healthy right now. I don't mind that he's a game manager because he doesn't have to put on his Superman cape anymore like he's done so many times. They're going to make the playoffs. They're going to get in as a wild card, and they're going to win a playoff game. And I love it.
You know what? I low-key think that Chargers-Steelers game is like the biggest game of the weekend.
Yeah,
now, no one will tell you that because Tom Brady's not calling it or anything like that.
Right.
But whoever wins that game is in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're 3-0, and they are in the playoffs.
Yeah,
whoever wins that
absolutely.
game is in, no matter what. Now, I won't watch it because I can't stand it. I can't stand to watch the Steelers and Jim Harbaugh and the NFL's Chargers.
Yeah.
I can't take it, and I won't take it.
Steelers are winning.
Am I wrong
Chargers
to think
are
if
winning.
J.K. they playing with fire trying to rely on J.K. Dobbins? Because I mean, just history shows.
But when he plays,
when he plays, he's great.
He's elite.
But
He's
history
elite when
shows he
plays.
will go down at some point, and you're kind of relying on that.
But they got Gus Edwards behind him.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
And Gus Edwards, you can say what you want about Gus Edwards. Is he J.K. Dobbins from an explosion perspective? No. But you know what he is?
True.
12 feet every time he runs a ball.
Well, they
which is
receivers
4
need
yards.
to step
bowling
up.
ball.
Yeah.
Yep.
They
That's
receivers
it.
got to step up.
They don't. No, they don't.
Okay.
No, they don't.
Okay.
You ask, are the Chargers going to run it over 34.5 times? They'll run it over 134.5
And that's
times.
how J.K. Dobbins gets injured.
Hey, but do you know who leads the Chargers in receiving yards right now? Quentin Johnston.
Look out.
Hey,
If he takes the step up, they'll be okay. But
so
if
far
he doesn't,
so good. So far so good.
Lorena Rios, Neil, that sounds like what Big D Energy hosts do, screen passes and dump offs. Well, I can only run the offense I'm given.
Oh! Yeah,
Spenny,
eat shit, Lorena
I know
Rios.
you.
Right.
My hatred for Lorena Rios is like approaching yours at this point.
Yeah.
She sucks.
Yeah.
By far the worst person to ever be in the Woodward Sports chat.
Shots
And we had known racists in the chat.
that is fact.
All right, next question.
Lorena might be one.
Number fun.
We don't know.
We know she's a cyber ditty.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Signs are pointing that way.
Right.
Question number 4. Will Malik Willis win again in Tennessee? Revenge game.
Low key, I will be pissed if the Packers win again.
Hey, get
and they're
ready
going
for
to.
it.
And they're going to.
Because
I know they're going to.
Yeah.
I know they are. Just like I knew Aaron Rodgers was going to have like a great game. Flannel, this is the week that's going to anger me in the NFL. It is. Malik Willis and the Packers
They are
going to win.
yeah.
They are going to win.
Unfortunately, be ready to be angry because the Green Bay Packers, they're running the football. They're the leading, I know it's just 2 games, but they're leading the NFL in rushing yards per game. And do you know what else they did last week? They intercepted Anthony Richardson 3 times. Will Levis?
Yeah.
Who actually thinks that Will Levis is going to have a turnover-free game against the Packers, especially
he
the Packers
won't.
that just acquired Xavier McKinney in the offseason? So, yeah, all Malik Willis has to do is not screw it up, and the Packers will win.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but Packers win this one.
I said this a couple days
They're gonna
ago.
win for sure.
Will Levis,
100%.
Listen, Will Levis at times, he looks absolutely good back there behind center. But there is
times?
other
What
times.
times?
No, he's
NFL
what time?
debut.
no,
actually
no,
was
no.
really
But
good.
he makes good plays sometimes, and then there's other times where you look at him and he's like the slowest person you've
If
ever
he
seen.
loses to Malik Willis, he should be cut immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
But to Sam's point,
they should trade for Bryce Young or do something.
to Sam's point, he will play great for a majority of the game, and then there will come a time where he makes the dumbest play you have ever seen in your life, and the Packers will take advantage of that.
Xavier
and they will
McKinney
win.
gets a pick 6 this week.
He's like Josh Allen without being good.
Yes.
Like Josh.
Yes. No, for real. For real. I watched all
He's
of that
like a
Chicago.
shitty Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I watched all of that Chicago game and I watched the other half
What?
of that game from last week. I was in Chicago, so it made sense. And plus, the Lions didn't play till 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
so I had to
that
do
makes
something.
sense.
I had to do something. But no, Will Levis at times looks brilliant. I'm
need
not
to-
going to hold you. He
need to
looks
be
brilliant
more-
at times.
You need to be more discriminating with your time. I just told you that low-key Steelers-Chargers is the game of the week in the NFL. I will not watch a second. I'm not subjecting myself
I hear
to
you.
that.
I hear you.
I need to be entertained. I want
yeah.
entertainment. Damon Dice, Neil, be aware of your blood pressure with all that hate. No, I do enough cardio. I'm cool.
All right, next question of the NFL Nickel Package. Last question of the NFL Nickel Package.
Hold on real quick. Todd saying, Neil, remember, you watched Will Levis against Anthony Richardson. I did.
Yeah.
And that's what
Right.
reformed me for the future. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, but like watching Josh Allen, even young Josh Allen, like when he was a rookie, he would make the dumbest play you've ever seen in your entire life, and he still does. But he makes insanely spectacular plays on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Will Levis just makes the dumb ones.
For real. For real.
That's an elite breakdown.
All right, next question, or final question.
All right.
The Bengals and Ravens are both 0-2. The math says they won't make it out of the play, or won't make it to the playoffs. Who's it gonna be?
It's going to be the Bengals.
No, it's not.
100% it's going to be the Bengals.
Bengals are finishing
think
last
so.
in their division.
Nah.
Oh, so you think it's the Ravens?
Yes.
So you think
Yeah.
think the Ravens won't make it?
No, I think the Bengals won't make
Yeah.
it. The Ravens will.
For
make
real. You got to pick one. The math says one of them aren't going to make it. Which one is it?
I would pick the Bengals in this situation. I just don't know about that Ravens offense. I don't.
Hey, the Ravens won't make it, and here's why.
Eesh.
Because you can lose it before your season even really gets underway. They're both 0-2, and this is a
If
schedule.
either of them lose this weekend, they did lose it before it even began.
and this is a schedule thing. And this is the beauty of the whole first place schedule versus last place schedule thing. The Bengals, they have the Commanders at home and then at Carolina in their next two, and then they play each other, but the Bengals get the Ravens at home. The Ravens play at Dallas this week. And say what you want about Dallas. Dallas is desperate not to get embarrassed again at home.
100%.
But the Ravens are also desperate. It's just a battle of two desperate teams. But even after that, the Ravens have home versus Buffalo, and they have their matchup at Cincy on the road. I think after 5 games, Baltimore could be 1-4, and the Bengals could be 3-2. Or it could be the inverse, but I think the Bengals have it more set up in front of them to right the ship than the Ravens do. It doesn't matter about how good the teams are. It's about scheduling.
I can't see the Ravens going down 0-3 though.
That's fair. I would probably pick them to beat Dallas, honestly, but it's going to be a tough one.
But you know what I love about it? If Dallas loses, they're 1-2.
Dallas sucks too.
It is like low key. It is like decision Sunday in the NFL.
Yeah.
And no one talks about
The
it
plot thickens.
because on paper you see 0-3 and you're like, oh well, there's still 14 games to play. That's not the way it works.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's not the way it works.
0-2 used to be a death sentence in the NFL.
Catspot said that only six teams in the last 44 years have made the playoffs, starting at that number.
Yep.
So
It's hard.
It's because you play in division. And
It has happened more often
and
since
if you
those
lose in division,
17 games.
the other team won.
Yeah.
The Bengals will be last in their division. Some lunatic said that, before the year started.
They look pretty good at
But did you
Kansas
see
City.
Joe Burrow's hair?
Yeah, it's true.
Hey, Joe Burrow had a good game, except for that bad fumble.
Well,
That
the
was
real Joe Burrow.
the one that
please
decided
stand
the
up.
game?
fair.
Joe Burrow might need some insurance final.
Hey, but now more than ever, it is critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss Insurance will make sure your carrier is not slipping in extra fees. Call Market Swiss Insurance today at 313-530-1698 or visit their website at swissins.com.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah.
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
All right, everybody. Boys and Girls Club Southeastern Michigan, the best youth football league in Detroit. There's still time, everybody. The 3C Sports League. They offer programs in football and cheer. Youth ages 5 to 14 have 6 exciting teams to choose from in Detroit, Belleville, Highland Park, and East Point. All coaches are trained, certified, and undergo background checks. Register for football or cheer at bgcsm.org. Check this out. Equipment, meals, and transportation are all included for a chance to play for a championship at Ford Field, and it's just $175 per child for equipment, meals, and transportation. Think about that, everybody, because they're putting the youth back in youth sports. It's a novel concept, I know. BGCSM, the Boys and Girls Clubs of Southeastern Michigan, 3C Sports. Keeping it pushing. Look at that, hour number 2 of the show.
Damn.
Love it.
That bourbon to do that to you.
It is. It is a Bourbon Friday, everybody. It is a Nickel Package Friday. Shout out New Holland Brewing, the official sponsor of the Woodward Sports pregame show. Myself and Sean Belizian on Sunday, 10 to noon. We'll be here live in studio, so make sure you tap in like thousands of you do every single Sunday. And I do want to say this, too, because I think that it deserves to be said. You guys, we've been deep diving in the analytics here of Woodward Sports and where we stack up against like the Flagship and some of the other, sports media entities that are out there. You guys have made us one of the premier players in Detroit sports talk.
Yes.
Facts.
Yep.
That's not my opinion. It's fact. You can go look at it if you want, but trust me when I say, because we've had people run programs and all that kind of stuff. To me, and I'll share this real quick story before we get to the next Nickel Package. When I signed on here, I was like, I wonder how this will work out. Like, this is cool and everything. Like, I want to be here. I wonder how this will play out.
Yeah.
Never in a million years did I think when I signed on here 3 years ago that it would become this. Never. I'll be honest with you. Even with me here, I didn't think it would turn into this.
Even with me.
Is that tone?
That's a little
that was
tone.
tone.
A lot of it.
No, but seriously,
You earned
though,
it.
guys. You guys, I didn't do this. DMAC didn't do this. Spenny, the heavyweights, morning, the Wake Up Woodward show, the morning show. We didn't do it. The producers don't do it. The social media people don't do it. You do it. You guys do it. You guys are hyped for all the shows. You come in, this chat lights up like a pinball machine. Like, for real. Thank you, guys. Catspot, Lorena Rios, for real. For real. No, hey, F those guys.
You're right.
For real. No, for real. You guys are engaged. And I appreciate you guys more than you know. This has been an incredible run, and the analytics say it's only just begun. So thank you guys for that. The Shaquille Oatmeal. Pat McAfee wishes his show could be this good, Neil Rule.
Oh!
I'm sure he does.
No.
Thank you.
Like pound for pound, like stack it up.
Yeah.
Turn the show on.
Yeah.
Let me know what you think. Detroit's finest. Guys, I live in Dallas, Texas. I've been listening to you guys for the past 2 years. I love this show.
Shout
we
out.
love you.
Thank you.
Love you too, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I love everybody in the chat except for Lorena Rios.
Big facts.
FJ 1967. I'm here because of Neil. Well, I'm here because of you, FJ 1967. So thank you. Just a fan. Neil rules. It's all you people.
You're right. You people.
You guys know. I love using that term, man. You people.
What do you mean, you people?
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you guys. All right, Nickel Package Friday.
Which one?
Burn, don't talk like you're leaving. I ain't going nowhere.
All right.
I'm not fucking leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving.
Damn right.
What are we on next?
We can do Michigan.
Shall we, Flannel?
Let's do it.
Let's do the Michigan Nickel Package.
I can't wait.
Sam, keep your shit during this.
Gotcha.
You already know
Flannel
he coming.
made this one.
He coming for blood. Look at him. Look at him.
I
He
did make
flexing.
this one.
Flannel made this one.
Okay,
so
good,
it's
good.
Yeah, it's not super biased. All right,
I got
first
your back,
question.
Flannel. I got your back.
Who leads Michigan in rushing this week?
Can I step in?
Oh, here we go.
Can I step in?
I
real
bet
quick?
you can. Go ahead,
He's
get your
got
shit
the
off.
Mike Morse commercials. He's on the cover of the video game. Surely, we're 3 games in? He's got to have 700 yards rushing by this point, right? Oh, he's got 70? Oh, sorry.
He's only got 70.
No, stop it. He's got like 150.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Come
he had
on.
70 coming into last week. Then he got 70 against Arkansas State.
That's actually fair.
Oh, thank you
That's
for
actually
correcting
fair.
me.
That's actually
I
fair.
walked you into correcting me, by the way.
that's
so
fine,
thank
that's
you.
fine, that's
Thank
fine.
you for doing that. Clearly. Ha ha.
Yep, I was
This is
waiting
a
for
da.
it.
All right.
Ha ha.
Leave Gus alone, by the way.
Well, hey, you guys don't get Gus. What are you guys going to do without the cheerleaders on there?
Hey, man.
Gary Danielson.
Hey, relax.
That's all right. That's all right.
Donovan Edwards. Ha ha.
No, the correct answer is Khalil Mullings.
Yeah.
What? Wait, what?
Oh, my
Guys,
God.
Did they put him on the video game?
It's week
Neil,
3. We
does
know
he have
what
Mike
this
Moore's
is.
commercials?
When is this guy right here was one of the leading voices of Michigan fans saying that Donovan Edwards had a terrible year last year. The national championship game be damned, even though that was nice, and he shouldn't have been on the cover of NCAA. It should have been Will Johnson. Anywho, I digress. It's got to be Khalil Mullings. This is where you make an adjustment as the coaching staff. And this is where if Michigan is going to win and if they're going to write their season, they need to be the #1 rushing team in the Big Ten, and Khalil Mullings has to lead the way. And you know why he's going to lead the way? Because he's better when he's on the field. Khalil
But
Mullings.
who's better on the video game cover?
Well, Donovan Edwards is the only one that's on the video game cover. But
Who's better in a Mike Morse commercial?
Well,
877 Mike wins.
Hey, Khalil Mullings is Hassan Haskins. Hassan Haskins is Khalil Mullings. Do you know how I know? They're the same size. They have similar running styles, and they both started off as linebackers. Khalil Mullings runs downhill. He has better vision. He's 6'2", 230. He's powerful, and he's got quicker feet than you think. Khalil Mullings is going to lead this team in rushing both this game, and he is going to have a 1,200 or 1,300-yard season.
Wow.
Khalil Mullings,
Big
absolutely.
facts.
Phil says Alex Orji will lead the team in rushing.
Well,
Nah.
I don't see it, but he's going to get his yards.
This week, I'd take that action.
Okay.
I bet you get a nice price
You
on
could
it.
get a nice price
Okay.
for that, for sure.
Okay. I wouldn't hate it. He's a dynamic runner.
All right, next time.
He's also a big dumb idiot. All right, next question.
You chill out, Alex Orji, man.
Over under 24.5 points allowed by Michigan to USC this week.
I think it's going to be under.
Yeah.
Here's the deal, and
Go away, Phil.
I was looking at the questions to see if this question came up later, which it doesn't. Here's the deal. I think that Michigan fans are approaching this like a funeral. Like, that's the vibe I get. Ermanni walked in this door yesterday after we got off the air, and all he was missing was the pastor collar. Like, he was given last rites in here.
Yeah.
He had a rosary tied around his hand.
Facts. I saw
He was
it.
dishing out holy water to everybody that was here. Flannel, when did USC become Georgia or Texas?
USC's back.
It's when you beat LSU. When you go on.
So what?
And that's not a so
Family.
what. You can't say that it's a so what.
Boy, LSU.
I understand that, but the
Yeah.
narrative has always been when Big Ten teams or even Pac-12 teams at the time face SEC teams that they crumble.
Are you taking credit as a Big Ten win over the SEC?
Oh, for sure.
No, well, yeah, of course. Of course.
All right, no, but anyway, though.
No, and it's not from that. It's more so from the fact that this offense we have nothing on offense so far. Nothing.
So I'm led to believe that all of a sudden, USC, who had Caleb Williams that everybody's so high on, that's going to take the Bears to the playoffs, that's going to win Rookie of the Year, and he was fighting against the world on his own.
He was.
No defense out there. So they fixed that in 8 months. They took that to the point where they can stop Michigan running the football in your guys' eyes. This is you guys. You mean to tell me they flipped the script on that in 8 months and they're going to shut down the Michigan run game? I do not buy that. I do not buy that for a second.
I don't think they're going to shut down the Michigan run game, but you don't know what Alex Orji is as a passer. And I think they're going to need him to make some plays with his arm.
I don't think they will.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. But
they're going to go Jim Harbaugh at Penn State style on there. They're going to go Army against Florida Atlantic.
They have to.
And they're going to do the 9-minute drive, 14 plays, 80 yards touchdown.
They should.
They should, but that didn't really work that well against Fresno State or Arkansas State. I don't know if it's going to work.
It did work against Arkansas State.
Not as well as it should have.
They had over 300 rushing yards, Spenny.
Not as well as it should have.
Come on.
Not as well as it should have.
300 rushing yards for the Wolverines.
I understand that.
It's a little different to get that to work against USC.
I get it.
I don't think it is.
But
Their defense
Their
is improved.
Their defense looks good.
Yeah, they're improved. I won't say they're good, but they're improved.
But to answer the question, it's going to be under. Michigan is going to allow less than 24 points.
Oh.
And I want to be very, very clear about something.
Will Johnson.
I saw in the Wake Up Woodward chat, shout out to, I think it was JB who sent it to us, he posted a mock draft, and it has Will Johnson, Mason Graham, and Kenneth Grant all as projected top 10 picks. And I want to give a message to every single one of them.
If you don't get in the playoff, that's a travesty. Travesty.
Well, Will Johnson, let me talk to you, Will Johnson, really quick. You have to be Johnson Island. You can't be what you were against Arkansas State and Fresno State, giving up plays to those wide receivers. It just can't happen. You need to not let a USC receiver gain another yard, to quote Coach Yost from Remember the Titans. No catches, no yards. You need to be Johnson Island like I expected you would be before the season. And Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant, I'll give them credit. I think they played their best game against Arkansas State, both of them. However, USC is a different animal. Mason Graham before the season was talked about as potentially the best player in college football, maybe a #1 overall pick. And he has been all right, but he has not been that so far this year. I think it's partially his fault, but I also think Wink Martindale has something to do with that too. However, this is a game where Mason Graham needs to dominate. Kenneth Grant, with your size, with your speed, with your power, nobody should be able to block you. Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant, Will Johnson need to dominate. Not play like they have been, dominate. That is their key to beating USC. Dominate with your top 10 picks, and everything else will fall into place. I need blood. I need no catches for whoever Will Johnson is guarding. All of it. Make it happen.
Well, that ain't gonna happen.
That was good, Flannel. I like that.
Thank you.
At least you're excited.
Yes.
Like, I'll give you that. At least you're. Now, I know you're excited because I assume you'll be there. Because you married into Michigan tickets, right?
Hey, more on that later, right?
Yeah, more on that later.
He had to hold himself out, but he got him. He got him.
All right, guys. Can we cook through these last couple here?
Yes.
Can we cook through them?
For sure.
We did the Flannel Sam pregame speech in the locker room.
Yes.
So I think we're good. But I'm happy. At least you're showing a pulse. I think they're going to win. I think Michigan's going to win this game.
They do have a path to win. I told you that.
100%. And I think it's...
I got to see it, though. I'm sorry.
And for the record, just before we move on, I think Wink Martindale has done a very poor job. He's definitely he's definitely a downgrade to Mike McDonald and Jesse Minter.
No,
hey, come on.
I thought he was an elite defensive play caller.
I thought there would be no drop-off.
Yeah.
I thought so.
I called 10-2. That's not another natty. But anywho, that's neither here nor there.
Let's move on.
All right, next question. Over under 1.5 turnovers for Alex Orji this week.
Under,
yeah.
He's going to throw less than 20 times. They're going to spoon feed him play actions and RPOs and whatnot. And my other hard-hitting analysis with Alex Orji is, other than that, please don't turn the football over.
Yeah.
That's why Davis Warren isn't in the game, because he got picked off 6 times in 3 games. That's unacceptable. Yeah. Orji will be an upgrade, and his threat with his legs is going to keep defenses honest. He has 0 or 1 turnovers. Go ahead, KG.
Yeah, we might get 2 deep shots from him as well.
I hope
be on the lookout for that. They almost connected on one in that Arkansas State game.
Yeah, Tyler Morris.
Yeah.
All right, next down.
Next down, over under 1.5 turnovers forced by Michigan versus USC.
Oh, that is a lot.
Over.
You want to get into props? If you want to get into props,
guys are downplaying USC, man.
No.
They have objectively looked like a much better team than Michigan.
By beating Utah State?
Yeah, by the way they beat them, the way they beat LSU, they have objectively looked like a much better team than Michigan so far.
I pseudo agree with Spenny, but the Michigan defense, I believe, is better than that offense.
Also about Spenny, and just keep in mind that a lot of what I'm saying, you can make a case for, but there's some element of heart overhead, just as you would be with Michigan State.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to go over. And here's why, in terms of turnovers forced by Michigan. Derek Moore, Kenneth Grant, and Mason Graham all have 0 sacks. I'm not saying they've been terrible, but they need to make impact plays. I think one of them gets a sack fumble that's recovered by Michigan. And I also think either Will Johnson or Makari Page picks one off. So they force 2 turnovers, and that is one of the differences in the game.
Yeah.
All right, next down.
All right, next down. Final question of the Michigan nickel package. Colston Loveland's status for the UFC matchup is uncertain. I didn't know that. Yeah. How big of a potential loss would this be for Michigan?
Michigan fans are going to way overvalue this and say it's big. Not with what they're going to do.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, this is going to be Army shit right here. 100%. It doesn't matter that Colston Loveland. Now, I know that doesn't fit your narrative. You're going to be like, oh, it's a crushing blow for Colston Loveland. Not this week. Not this week.
However, if
USC is soft.
If they do need to spoon feed some throws, who better to spoon feed them to than Colston Loveland?
Right.
However, and this is another one where I'm being a little hard overhead, but I'm just going to say it. Their third leading receiver this season is their backup tight end, Marlon Klein. And you know where Marlon Klein is from? Germany. Play like a Wagner today.
Play like a
Wagner today.
I thought that was.
He took a long route to get there, but he stuck the landing.
Play like a
I'll give him
Wagner
that.
today. And you know who one of Alex Orji's touchdown passes was to? Their third string tight end, Hogan Hansen.
That's facts.
Colston Loveland, it's always a big loss because he's a projected first-round tight end. I think he's going to win the Mackey, but you got to still win this game, man. This could be season-saving if they get it.
All right.
It is season-saving.
Let's get to the break.
Yeah.
Big win for Utah State over Robert Morris, by the way.
Big win.
36-14.
Big win. Tell us about Mark White. I will tell you about Mark White. That's my read. Mark White will save you up to $5,000 of your closing costs when you are trying to buy a new home. Mark White should be your only choice if you're looking to buy or sell a home. Visit them at markwhitesells.com or call them at 248-290-8242. Again, that's 248-290-8242. Mark White will save you up to $5,000 your closing costs. Let Mark White help you get into a home. And what about second best?
All right, let's talk about it. Want to know where the best pregame Lions party is on September 30th? Detroit's very own second best bar, 42 Watson Street. It's the ultimate fan experience. Enjoy some smooth Tullamore Irish whiskey, which we do, Sean Belizian and myself. You know we do. Absolutely throwing it back. All while catching the Woodward Sports pregame show only at Second Best Bar. Guys, I'm telling you, it's the new spot downtown. It's like 2 blocks away from LCA. This second best all year long. Wings games, Pistons games, Tiger games, all of it. Second Best Bar, guys. That's the spot.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Neil Rule here for Feldman Automotive. We all know about Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, and why wouldn't we? They're Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. But did you know this? There's 18 Feldman Automotive locations. It's not just Chevy, Ford, Kia, whatever kind of car you want. That's the moral of the story. Go to feldmanauto.com. You can start the buying process online. Flannel Sam will tell you. Here's a weird thing they do. Like, you go get your car, and you go about your day. It's not like a day-long process or any of that other stuff that you've dealt with before. They've been around since 1996. They're a staple in the Detroit community. They do great work with the Children's Miracle Network as well. They're a Michigan company, everybody, and that's who you want to do business with because they are a partner and a champion of the community as well. FeldmanAuto.com. They're the best in the game. All right, keeping it pushing here. Nickel Package Friday, everybody. Neil Rule, Sam Flannel in for DMEC. We have KG. What's really good?
Hey, you know what's really good.
He's keeping up on the whole Diddy thing, by the way.
Yeah, man.
When Diddy news breaks, we break in.
Yes, I got y'all, man.
Spencer Raxter in the building as well. Bourbon Friday, shout out New Holland Brewing. They sent the Origin, the good stuff. The Dragon's
about to get
Origin.
a third cup after this break. Got to get some more rocks.
Hey, you got a long day here, so you can withstand it.
You
man.
damn right.
You damn right. But no, we are keeping it pushing. We just did Michigan. We promised you the Michigan State Nickel Package. Spencer Raxter, I'll call you to the main stage.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Michigan State package?
Talk about them Sparties.
Sparty time?
Of course.
Sparty time?
Best team in the state right now.
Yeah, for sure. Best team in the state.
I got to give it up.
Best defense in the state. They're looking great. All right, first question of the MSU Nickel Package. What would a win versus Boston College actually mean for MSU this year?
Day for real.
Easy.
That's a good win at Boston College.
That's a good.
I'm not saying it's not a good
DNC
win.
ENTs kept saying it, the red bandana game.
No, because they're not going to beat Ohio State. They're not going to beat Oregon.
Right.
I think a win at BC means that they are legitimate and that they will guarantee get a bowl game.
I'm with you with
that's
that.
what I mean by for real.
Yeah. Like, it's just for me, Flannel, if they win this football game, they're making a bowl.
Yeah.
They're 100% making a bowl. And for Michigan State, that's the highway you're on right now.
Real. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people will be like, oh, make a bowl, congratulations.
Yeah.
When you've been where that program's been over the last couple of years, that's the step.
Yeah.
That's the step you got to get to.
I mean, Spenny, you know this. The end of D'Antonio, starting with 2016, Mel Tucker, those have been some rough times for MSU fans.
Yes.
I think if Michigan State goes into Boston College and wins, that you can count the Oregon State invasion, starting with Jonathan Smith and Aiden Childs, as one of the more impactful acquisitions any college team made in this offseason. Because I think if Michigan State beats Boston College, they're an 8-win regular season team. I really believe that.
Yeah.
And it would be absolutely huge because I still think people are questioning whether or not MSU is for real or not. Although I'll give you this, I think that win at Maryland was actually pretty impressive.
It was a big win. It was a comeback win. Your guy did it. He went out. He made
Don't
things
do that deal. Don't do that.
It's nice.
How is that not impressive?
No, it's nice because you were a 9-point underdog.
Yeah, and you went in there and you took care of business.
But much like USC, we're talking about Talia-less Maryland.
And we're talking about different levels of team.
Fair. Fair.
The MSU is not
fair.
You can't compare a win at MSU to Maryland to a win for Michigan against Fresno State. Like, Michigan's a much better team. They're supposed to be a much better team.
Yeah.
Michigan State wasn't supposed to start off 3-0.
Fair. And that's, like, I guess when you say they're legit, that's open to interpretation of what is legit.
Not a bum team.
Exactly. It shows me that Jonathan Smith knows what he's doing, and it shows me that they are headed in the right direction.
Yeah. And I'll say this: when you parlay a win at Maryland with a parlay of a win at Boston College, cool. Yeah,
that'd be huge.
Kept up with Mizzou, by the way.
I'd have to
kept up with Mizzou.
Yeah, so, and they blew the brakes off of Florida State.
Yeah, BC not slouchy.
Florida State sucks.
BC is no slouch. I'll say that.
And I like that Florida State paid Memphis $1.2 million to lose to them. I love those stories.
Yeah. Quick pause in the MSU Nickel Package because I just got to shout this out. Tomorrow, if you guys want to come celebrate with me for my birthday, I will be at the DIY Fest. It's on Woodward. It's right by the WAB bar in Ferndale. My boys' band is playing. It's the Starlings. They go on at 6:15.
It's Animal Box, right?
No. Animal Box, no more.
Oh, yeah,
damn.
Damn.
We're not going to get into that, but yeah, the Starlings is the band that he's going to be playing in. He's the lead guitar. I'm going to be down there at 6:15, so Come out, have a beer, have a good time.
I was waiting for a graphic to pop up on the screen. It's the Spenny whiteout party.
Yeah, I gotta show my boy.
That's Diddy shit. That's Diddy shit. Don't do the whiteouts.
He's insane on the guitar. Like, he rips. So come out and support. It's a good time. All right, next question of the MSU nickel package.
That's Diddy shit.
What are you putting more stock into on this MSU team? The offense or the defense?
The offense. I still don't believe in the defense all the way.
No, it's not that. It has to be the offense.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be. You got your quarterback. You got your guy. You got your big nil. And look, if I'm going to mess with the Don, then I got to apply the same principles to Aiden Child.
Thank you.
Like, that's, if there were an MSU football video game, he's on the cover of it. Like, it has to be him. There is no other alternative. And I know he's 19 or 18 or, however old he is. I know that, but that's the situation he's in. He's the face of it. He's the keys to the car. He's all of it. Yeah. So it's got to be him.
I was going to say I believe more in the offense. And it's more about, with the defense, that game at Maryland, and this isn't knocking the win because you take road wins in the Big Ten any way that you can. I saw a little bit of that 2015 MSU devil magic with, for some reason, on 1st and 10 on the Michigan State 37, Billy Edwards is throwing the damn ball and it gets picked by Charles Brantley. And then they get the ball back.
Chuck B.
And then Maryland drives into Michigan State territory and misses a field goal, which then leads to that Childs to Marsh bomb. It's just that Billy Edwards, for a lot of the game, picked Michigan State apart. Michigan State stopped the run game, but
Billy Edwards sounds like somebody that got 40 at-bats for the Tigers.
You're right.
Absolutely.
It does.
But my point is that I need to see it against Boston College. If Michigan State's defense can stop Castellanos, Boston College's quarterback, from running, and they win, I'll tip my cap. 100%.
Real quick, and I don't typically read these types of messages, but it's Bourbon Friday. We're having fun.
Shit.
Lumberjack Zach.
Spenny.
Zach. Will the love nectar be flowing for Spenny on his birthday?
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, next down.
I mean, if everything goes right, for sure.
Get out of there.
All right, next question of the Michigan State sports package. Is the offensive line still a concern?
I'm not. If you say yes, I feel like you're offering Childs up an excuse.
Yeah.
Didn't you guys spend decent money on your offensive line, from what I was told?
Yep.
So then no. Aiden Childs, like in Friday, this ain't enough.
Right.
Make it enough.
Yeah. It's a work in progress. I think they'll be better as the season goes on. But
I think the offensive line is still a concern because it was a concern coming into the season, and we all knew that this stretch of the next 5 games is going to be what really determines MSU's season. So far, though, I think they've played well, and they've kept Aiden Childs relatively clean and unsacked and hit. So, but I still think they need to show more in these next 5 games.
Yeah, I think this is the real test. We're going to see a pretty damn good front seven against Boston College. So we'll see. I mean, I like it so far. Definitely been good, but Aiden Childs is also, a lot more valuable running around back there than who we had last year, because Noah Kim's
Noah Kim
bum. All right, next question. I'm starting to believe they can. I actually made a bet with Mike G in the Woodward Sports Chat about it.
Okay.
Can Michigan State beat Michigan this year?
Can they beat them?
Yes.
They can. I'm not ready to say they will yet, but they can. They can. If Michigan keeps playing the way they're playing, they can.
Not at Michigan. They can't beat them at Michigan. And the thing is, and you guys, by the way, you guys, and when I say you guys, you people on this side of the room,
the Michigan fans.
The Michigan section,
yes.
Of the room, when they bust USC up the gut and get 220 yards rushing on them,
you're praying on that. I would be very surprised if that
I don't want to hear about how you're back because you don't believe.
I'm not going to do
when
that.
they beat USC this weekend. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
You can say that because it would be a season-saving win. If they lose, they're staring 5-7, 6-6, 7-5 right down the barrel.
But the moral of the story is when it happens, and that's what I believe, Spenny. To tie it into the question, that's what I believe. When everything else breaks down, they can run the football.
Yeah,
they can run the football.
Yeah.
Are they a national championship playoff team?
No.
Absolutely. You have to have a quarterback that's capable of the throw thing at some point.
But Neil, that's not all of the fan base, though. Clearly, I need to see more of what this offense can bring if they do go out and beat USC. I'm not just going to come in here and be like, oh, Michigan's back. No. I gotta see more.
I'll be wilding out. Speak for yourself. I'll be wilding out. And
there we have it. There's the problem.
It's not a problem because it's season saving. That's not a problem. That would be a really big win. That would be a huge win.
It would be a big win, but the offense has been so bad. We can't just say that yet.
All right, but they made the requisite changes that they needed to make, and hopefully.
No, it's not they. It's USC.
Yeah.
USC beat LSU.
So what?
USC is a better team than Michigan so far this year.
Yes.
You keep saying it like it's nothing.
Yes,
They're
Sam.
better. They're better than Michigan.
Sam, we got to be real about the offense.
Neil, you're saying
we got to be real.
I know what Neil's doing. Neil's doing all this to set himself up so when USC wins, he's going to be like, oh, I tried to They lost to us.
I refuse to believe that their defense is fixed in 8 months.
And that's
I refuse
fine.
to believe
But
that.
let me answer the question about Michigan and Michigan State. And I will say this. I don't want to believe that Michigan State can win, but right now, all things are on the table.
Yes.
All bets are off until we see if Alex Orji can actually make any type of throw when he needs to. Because that man, Alex Orji, and I believe he's going to make the offense better, I really do, could not beat Davis Warren out. That's a red flag at least.
That is a red flag.
Because Davis Warren came in and all he did was throw 6 picks in 3 games. I think Alex Orji is going to be better, but the question that I have to ask is why wasn't he out there from the beginning? Just because Alex Orji has at least an elite trait running the football that Michigan trusted him to do in high leverage situations last year.
Right, but that's why you can't just rep the offense if they go out and beat UFC and do it to the tune of running the football. We can't just come in here and be like, oh, Michigan's back. We can't.
Spenny, don't get me wrong, dude. Like it's not a quote belief in Michigan. It is an anti-belief in USC.
Yeah.
That's what it is. The travel, all of it. I do not buy USC at all.
I get you.
Okay.
At all. I do not believe, largely, I do not believe in this Big Ten at all.
And I know it's a low bar, but we have to acknowledge that the defense is better on USC side. We do.
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
Oh, yeah.
And final question.
We will see.
I'm going to change this one from what I put down there.
Sure.
I just thought of it. Who will have a 10-win season first? Michigan or Michigan State?
This year? Or
no, just next.
The future?
The next
I
one to
gotta
have a
say
10-win
Michigan
season.
by default. I do. I believe in Jaden Davis going into next year. I believe that Sharon Moore can do better recruiting. I gotta say Michigan by default. I do.
Flannel, you go next.
Michigan because Jaden Davis is going to be.
I'm telling you,
Jaden Davis season next
upgrade.
year, and I'll be honest. There's not a snowball's chance in hell I'd ever pick Michigan State on this one. A little hard overhead, but I also can acknowledge I don't think Michigan is going to get it this year. So, can't offer you too much good analysis. It's just I'm not picking MSU, and you can't make me.
Spenny, I'm unbiased in this, and I'm telling you that there is a chance, but I just believe in Michigan and their recruiting. That's it.
I'm going to Michigan. I'm going to Michigan State.
Of course.
I mean, again, you guys are talking about Jaden Davis and him being the future. Aiden Childs is the now.
Y'all got y'all quarterback.
Aiden Childs, we have that quarterback. He looks electric.
Already.
He is going to get better as he gets more games under his belt. Nick Marsh, he is the now. He looks really damn good. And once we get a full recruiting cycle of Jonathan Smith recruits, he plays the transfer portal very well, obviously. So I could see Michigan State win 10 games next year.
It's literally a coin flip. Michigan State's schedule next year is Western Michigan, Youngstown State, and Boston College, all at home.
I like
Jesus
that.
Ooh, well, and we got at Texas. So
next
not
year,
Michigan State.
next year you have New Mexico, Central Michigan, and you're at Oklahoma.
They got to give us a reprieve after this year. I don't care what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That could be tough.
All right. Well, are we out with that one?
Yep, that was the last one.
All right. KDK Law, everybody. You guys know we've been talking about them for a very, very long time. Some of the nastiest stuff you'll go through in your life. Let's be real. Divorce, family law, child visitation, child custody. No, I'm not laughing because this is serious. And it is no laughing matter. And KDK Law takes this serious because they are elite at it. Over 10 years of experience. They have 24/7 availability. We were joked for a minute there, but let's be real. You're probably losing sleep over this. Get the excellence on your side. Scan the QR code on the screen right now. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you. They will pay your filing fee. Get the best. Get the best team you can assemble. They're right here in Birmingham. KDK Law. They will have your back.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time. Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine. How? I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar? How? Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Fuel your Lions fandom with the perfect cup and become a subscriber of Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Whether you are gearing up for the big game or savoring a quiet morning, Sabbath Coffee Roasters has you covered with fresh, locally roasted specialty coffee delivered right to your door. Head to sabbathcoffeeroasters.com, choose your favorite roast, use code word Woodward for 25% off your first subscription order. Awaken, unwind, support local, and enjoy game day right with Sabbath Coffee Roasters.
I got to do that, man.
Absolutely. And Les Stanford, where Spencer Raxter got his car. What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. The same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy Nickel Package Friday, Bourbon Friday. Shout out New Holland Brewing. They got us in the Origin Bourbon, by the way. The Dragon's Milk Origin KG. Loves it. Hey, he's going in for cup number 3 right now, as a matter of fact. He'll be here all day, everybody. He is certainly getting after it, and that's okay, because it is a Bourbon Friday, by the way.
True. We doing Tigers now?
It is. It's time for the Tigers Nickel Package. Sam Flannel in for DMAC, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you. Let's ride, man.
All right. First question of the Tigers Nickel Package. In honor of Neil, cut the shit. Are they making the playoffs?
Yes. Yeah. I told you that like almost a week ago.
Yeah.
I locked it in as a
About
get
a
right
week ago.
at plus 430, whatever that number was. The writing was on the wall. And, I know the analytics. The analytics of it all, because what the analytics do is they take a Minnesota Twins team that's what, a 550 baseball team at the time, right? 550.
Yeah.
They just project that win total out. They don't take into account that they are crumbling, and you can see it. And how do you know that? Just watch them in a game. Watch them in a big spot. Every big spot for the last 2 weeks, they've folded, dude.
Yep.
They've absolutely folded. And look, the Tigers have went on a hell of a run, but the Twins are 10-20 in their last 30 games. Their fall needs to be studied. Yeah. It does.
Yep, they're vomiting all over themselves. They've lost 2 consecutive extra inning games, and they're 10-20 in their last 30. And they don't get the benefit of playing 3 home games against the Chicago White Sox, which, if you're the Tigers, those should be auto wins. So, yes, the Tigers are making the playoffs, and hopefully, if they win the wild card weekend, we get some Comerica Park playoff baseball in the ALDS.
Robert Colosia wants to know, when is the Western Illinois Nickel Package? We should do one.
Hey, Rodney Harrison.
Oh, my
Shout
God.
out.
He's going to ask 5 questions about Rodney Harris.
Yeah, right.
That's about all you got. That's about all you got.
All right, next question of the Tigers Nickel Package. Are you worried about Colt Keith? He did say he felt better than he expected.
You're talking like injury-wise?
His injury,
yeah. I mean,
the shoulder.
Always injury-wise. I am not worried about him, though, as a major league hitter.
Not at all.
He got that average pumped up to 260, which on this lineup is saying something. It just is.
No, that's facts. And shout out to the Tigers for having the foresight. They knew what type of player that they had, and they signed him.
Yeah, they identified it. Now do Riley Green. Please.
Yes,
do Riley
please.
Green.
Please,
But anyway,
facts.
though, I digress. Am I worried about him being hurt? Yeah, I'm always worried about guys being hurt. But I'm not worried about his makeup, because he crawled, to quote Shawshank, he crawled through the river of shit earlier this year. He came out clean on the other side. So I'm all right with him.
I agree with everything you said, and I'll just add that Colt Keith currently leads the Tigers in batting average and hits. So what he's been able to do after the poor start to his season, at least number-wise, is it's something. It's a big reason why the Tigers are where they are now.
Mike G. Pete Spivak would love a Mac nickel package.
He would.
We should do one nickel package next Friday.
Pete nickel package.
Leave it up to the people.
All right, Tuesday night matching.
On Thursday, the people get to choose.
Yeah, next Thursday, remind me. We'll do that. Hey, you guys mark us on this.
package.
I got a lot going on. So remind me of this on Thursday. The people can choose one of the nickel packages on Friday.
We'll know what can they get. No, I'm talking.
The Diddy nickel package. KG, if we get that, you're coming up with
I
it.
got you.
All right, there we
Next
go.
question of the Tigers nickel package: who deserves more credit?
AJ Hinch. AJ Hinch,
or
period.
Chris Fetter?
AJ Hinch.
AJ Hinch.
I disagree.
AJ Hinch.
I disagree.
AJ Hinch.
Spenny, I want you to give your reasoning because I agree with you.
I think Chris Fetter is the most important coach in sports right now. He not only helped these guys that nobody knows or nobody thought. Like, what was that guy's last name that got the double plate? Gunther or
Seth Gunther.
Gunther?
Sean Gunther.
Sean Gunther.
Gunther,
You got Hannafy pitching well. You got Brisky coming in here pitching well. Montero was getting shelled before Chris Fetter got his hands on him when he was in Double-A. He comes up here. He looks better than Corbin Burns. You have him sculpt and chisel the beautiful masterpiece work of art that Tariq Skubal is from a slab of marble. Chris Fetter, brings in Flaherty. He looks great again, trades him off. Brings in Lorenzen. He looks good again, trades him off. Chris Fetter, everything he touches turns to gold. Is it Chris Midas or King Fetter? Like, this guy is just that's Flannel's bit, and I stole it from him. But this is just, I love what he's doing. He is the most important coach in sports right now. He should be the highest paid bench coach in that moment.
And Spinny, I agree with all of that, but that means nothing if AJ Hinch isn't pulling the right strings at the right times and playing these guys in the right spots.
But he's pinch hitting for Kerry Carpenter. And it works.
No, I understand. And that was actually a good move. Like that game, I forgot what day it was. I think it was Monday, where in the top of the sixth, he pinch hit Ibanez for Trey Sweeney, and Ibanez got a hit. And then he pinch hit Wenzel Perez, who's a switch hitter for Kerry Carpenter, and he got the 2-run tying double. I agree with Spenny, though. It's about the reclamation projects. Ty Madden, Brant Herter, Cater Montero, Brendan Hannafy all had horrific numbers in AAA.
Yes.
Ty Madden, who came into the season as the #1 pitching prospect in the Tigers organization, had an 8.32 ERA in AAA this year. He comes to the majors, it's 2.55. Brant Herter is 5-1 with a 2.56 ERA during his time with the Tigers. Has opened multiple games while having a 5.80 ERA in AAA. Jack Flaherty was going to pitch his way out of the league until Chris Fetter got his hands on them. And Jack Flaherty helped the Tigers win a lot of games in the first half. And Jack Flaherty got us Trey Sweeney. More on him later. So I'm going to go with Chris Fetter on this one. I agree with you, Spenny.
And I look at it as you can make the argument that like a realistic argument that the Tigers have the best pitching staff in baseball. They don't have a pitching staff. Their pitching staff is Tariq Skubal and Chris Fetter. Like, that's literally it. If you look at FIP, fielding independent pitching, WHIP, walks and hits per inning pitch, or ERA, they are top 3 in baseball in all 3 of those categories as a staff.
It's wild.
And we haven't even gotten to Tyler Holton.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Insane.
There's really no wrong answer to this, but what I will say is, I said it last week, there is no, like, AJ Hinch is displaying like a feel for the game that we haven't seen since Jim Leland.
Yeah, AJ Hinch has done a great job.
Yeah,
for sure.
His feel for the game is like crazy.
Yeah.
God, if we had AJ Hinch instead of Brad,
we would have won 2 World Series.
Man, what?
Absolutely. At least one.
But his feel for the game is crazy.
If we had Chris Fetter with that fucking pitching staff with 4 Cy Young winners on it.
real quick, Brad Ausmus skates in this town for some reason.
Thank you.
Does not deserve to.
He gets away with shit, and I don't understand why.
He's a bum.
But
he's a good-looking man.
That's on management.
But he was a shitty manager.
That's on management taking a chance on a guy that had no MLB experience.
Okay.
That's on management.
All right, next question of the Tigers nickel package: is Trey Sweeney an actual piece for this team long term?
He's a stopgap until Bryce.
You know what he
ready.
is?
Until Bryce Rayner is ready.
You know what he is? He's not Javi Baez.
I knew you was gonna say.
He's Adam Everett. He's Ramon Santiago.
Yeah.
Right.
He'll play the role. He'll be fine. He'll hit 240. What else do you need?
which if you're starving and someone gives you a cracker, it's the best cracker you ever ate in your life.
True. But you think you have your star shortstop in your system. So for right now, he's just the stopgap.
I agree with you 100%, KG, that for this team, I don't think he's a future. I think it's going to be McGonigal or Bryce Rayner when it's all said and done. However, on this Tigers team that is making a playoff run, do you know what Trey Sweeney is? Remember that one song? Nobody's perfect, but you're perfect for me. Yep. Tigers are saying that right now. Because right now, do you know what Trey Sweeney's OPS is? 688, which is not even a good OPS. But Javier Baez's was
in context.
Javier Baez's was 516. And Trey Sweeney has also come up with some really big hits. So he is going to help spark this playoff run. But I think when it's all said and done, he's not going to be a part of the Tigers' future, but he's doing his job.
He's not a negative defender.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Final question of the nickel package for the Tigers. Looking at where the Tigers are, they are right outside of the play. Well, technically in the playoffs, but they have the tiebreaker. If they had another bat on this team, you could say they would be comfortably in the playoffs. You look at the production out of third base with Jace Young has not been good. Ibanez can't hit a right-hander to save his life. And McKinstry, when he's there, it's just like, Can we admit that we needed Matt Chapman?
Spenny, why do you do this to KG?
No,
why do you do this to
Neil,
him? He's going to get upset.
No,
We've
Neil,
done this dance before.
Neil.
KG's going to come in here and make a bunch of excuses right now.
I'm not, Neil.
Why do you do this to this
Neil,
man? KG, I'm standing up for you right now.
Neil, when you're right, you're right. I've admitted you're right. But at the same time, I'm getting sick of this argument, especially at the fact that they are damn near in the wild card now.
Yes.
They've had everything they needed from the jump.
I'll make this turn right now, and I'll get in and I'll get out.
I'm getting sick of this argument.
We are 28th in payroll.
Yes.
We are 28th in payroll.
Yes.
We are 28th in payroll. That's bullshit.
It is.
Hold on. Let me give I think the correct answer on this. Matt Chapman will.
Let's go Rebbing Sparty. Gio Urshela, though. We forgot about him.
No,
that's your boy.
But
that was your
listen,
boy.
I never said he was the future at third base. I just said it was a good signing.
KG, you look into that camera and say Gio Urshela was my boy. Say it.
I said he was a good signing. I never said he was the future at third base. I never said
he was your boy for this year.
Yeah. For this year, exactly.
Say it.
For this year.
Say it.
Yeah. I'm not doing that.
You know what? I'm the voice of reason in this conversation because Gio Urshela, he wasn't good, but the Tigers.
He wasn't bad either, though. He did what we needed him to do. Listen.
He had under 300 on base percentage, about a 620 OPS.
He did what we needed him to do.
I disagree with that, but let me give you. They shot him into a cannon when they needed to.
Yes.
And let me give you this context on Matt Chapman. Matt Chapman, he's somebody that I got kind of sick of people talking about early in the year, but I will put my swords down. He had a hell of a season. One of the top wins above replacement guys in Major League Baseball. However, and he would have undoubtedly helped this team. However, if the Tigers make the playoffs, I'm not complaining about nothing.
Thank you.
Nothing. Because what have we seen this season? Riley Green's an all-star. Kerry Carpenter, when he's on the baseball diamond, is a 900 OPS guy in about half a season.
As long as lefties aren't pitching to him.
That's fine. Matt Vierling, and I'm not saying Matt Vierling should get reps over Matt Chapman, but he is a player who people would say...
No, he's a Major League Baseball player and a guy that helps you win games.
Absolutely. People say, he wouldn't start on a playoff team.
Yes, 100% he would.
He is right now.
He is right now.
No, he would start on any team.
Absolutely.
Any team.
Colt Keith is your starting second baseman for the future and is a starting second baseman on a playoff team.
Yes.
I'm not saying that Parker Meadows, ever since he came back from being on the minors, and then after that IL stint after the Cincinnati series, has been an all-star level player. My point is that Matt Chapman would have helped this team. He's a damn good player.
True.
But if the Tigers make the playoffs, I'm not complaining about nothing, because all of us would have given a toe for the Tigers to make the playoffs this year, and it looks like they're about to do it.
And Neil, just two things. One, they needed to see what they had. So that's
Gio Urshela. Yeah, they saw what they had.
Listen. He was a stopgap move. He was always going to be a stopgap move. They just needed to see what they had. And two, you're dealing in hypotheticals. For somebody that's as, to the numbers and facts as you are, we are dealing in hypotheticals. If they signed him, sure. they probably be a game or so, over what they are now. But we don't know that. That is a hypothetical.
We got to
don't
go to
know.
break. We're way over.
We know that Michigan's football coach got suspended twice in a season.
Go to break, man.
We're not dealing hypotheticals, right,
National
KG?
championship season.
Tell us about Randy Wise, Flannel.
Randy Wise, not those other guys, of course. Let me get it together really quick. You know what? It is a great place to get yourself a car. And you know what else you can do? You can be on the Celebrity Golf Tour with the likes of Darren McCarty, Kirk Gibson, Calvin Johnson, and Braylon Edwards.
Where would you play golf with Braylon Edwards?
At the University of Michigan Golf Course. Hey, I'll tell you what, pre-Woodward Sports version of me probably would have at that. But now I know Braylon Edwards, and I love him, but he's been humanized. So
Braylon's the man.
Randy Wise.
Shout out Braylon, man.
Not those other guys. Make the wise choices. Randy Wise, Automotive Celebrity Golf Tour.
And let me tell you about the watch party and the post-game show, both presented by New Holland Brewing. Oh, New Holland. They've got the taller long drink. They got the Tangerine Space Machine. We also have Sabbath Coffee Roasters keeping us going. Soroki's feeding us, and 1800 Tequila to finish us off. Make sure you come join us at Hayes Social this weekend. I'll buy your first beer. It's going to be a blast for the watch party, and then the post-game show with Stick and Anson live at Hayes Social, presented by New Holland Brewing Company, Sabbath Coffee, Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and 1800 Tequila.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, just in time for football season,
Yes,
is
sir.
unveiling their new wings. They've got 7 different flavors. I've personally tried the lemon pepper and the buffalo.
Fire.
They're both amazing. So make sure you come out and chill with us at Hayes Social, because we got the Soroki's wings. You can order some from a Soroki's near you to go with a delicious New York-style pizza. Find a Soroki's near you at Sorokis.com.
All right, and look, we're live at the Planet Fitness Studios. You guys know what it is. I was there this morning, got my week of workouts in, got the weekend off to recover, and Planet Fitness, the best gym in the gym game. They're one of the best values in all of American consumerism. The Black Card option, just $24.99 a month, get you access to all of the perks. The unlimited use of the Black Card Spa with the hydro massage chairs, total body enhancement, access to over 2,600 Planet Fitnesses around the world. And guess what, everybody? All memberships include fitness training for no extra cost. So here's the deal. You want to get into shape, but you don't know what to do? Planet Fitness is what you do. They have the trainers. Walk in, set it up. They'll walk you through everything, everybody. They have all the equipment, cardio, weights, circuits, stretch cage. All of it is out there for you at planetfitness.com.
And what about Dr. Pierce?
Dr. Pierce, our expert injury insider. We had him on this week. We were talking about Tua and everything going on as well. It's Dr. Jeff Pierce of the Michigan Sports and Spine Center. Every Wednesday on Big D Energy. Every Thursday on Ermanni and Edwards. Trust the guy that Darren McCarty trusted with his career. That's why we're not, kidding here. He brought D-Mac back. Think about that. D-Mac put his career on the line with Dr. Jeff Pierce. For more info, go to MichiganSportsAndSpine.com, powered by Amon-Ra of Southfield. All right, final segment of the show, final segment of the week as we roll into a weekend. Get right tonight per Caesar Sportsbook. Washington State minus the 12 against San Jose State. I hate to do it to our Spartans. They're the official Mountain West team of this show, but I do not choose the Get Rights. The Get Rights choose me. I believe it's on the CW tonight.
Yeah.
It checks every box.
Right after the
that's as good
rerun
as it
of
gets.
Dawson's Creek,
Hey,
you know?
you can catch up on Dawson's Creek and be like, man, that was a good show. Roll right into getting yourself right.
That's what it's all about.
That is what it's all about.
That's America.
Spenny, I just told you the circumstances. You know this one's hitting.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
You know.
This is a spot.
It's a spot game. See, Spenny, there you go. So Caesar Sportsbook, Washington State minus a 12. Get in the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Hey, if you want to give it a spin, Woodward 1000.
There you
Bet
go.
$1,000 on it. You'll get it back in a free bet if you lose.
Mike G said top 5 wing sauces.
Ooh.
Good one.
That's a good one for next
fire.
week. You want to lock it in?
That's fire.
I'm
Let's
good
do
with
it.
Top 5 wing sauces. There you go. That's the way it works.
There you go.
You guys will choose your own adventure with a nickel package on Thursday as well. Jake, how do the Tigers get Baez off the books? Write him the check and punt his ass out of town.
Yes.
You know how you get him out of town.
Yeah.
You
just write the check.
It's baseball. You just get him out of town.
Yeah.
And you forget about it. All right,
let's go.
Sports Media Nickel Package.
Yes.
First question of the Sports Media Nickel Package. The Packers versus Eagles game in Brazil. This is Brazil. Was exclusively streamed on Peacock with over 14 million viewers. But we all told Neil we weren't going to pay for another streaming service. Did we lie to Neil?
I wonder who wrote this.
Spenny.
I wonder who wrote this.
Thank you, Spenny.
You're welcome.
I was told by all of you out there you're not doing the streaming service thing.
You was always
I think
told.
people did lie to me.
Dude, we're addicted.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, principally, I don't like the whole Peacock thing. I'll admit it. But we're addicted. It's a big game. It's 2 playoff teams. It's the second football game of the season. What else are you going to do,
So you're
man?
saying people did lie to me.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
You guys all talked. But KG, you people all talk so tough.
You people.
In August, you talk, when these deals are announced, I'm not getting another streaming service. And lo and behold, there's 14 million of you watching on Peacock.
Well, of course. And I've always been in
You're
agreement.
Chinovirus. I didn't pay. Bullshit. Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
No, and I was in agreement with you with this the whole time. I'm somebody that pirates and also pays for streaming apps. So yeah, like they got us by the short and curlies. What you want me to
Red
do?
Wings fan club. No, they just got the free trial, didn't cancel. That's the second line of bullshit you guys use.
Well, a lot of people
You
do
drop
that.
that credit card, it auto renews, and then you find out, shit, Sunday Night Football, I gotta watch it. And you let it roll. Stop talking tough. Stop. You're gonna do whatever the NFL says. Just admit to
That's
it
facts.
and move on.
That's
True.
facts.
Okay. Sorry.
Best subscription service in the entire world is Crunchyroll. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
You should all
facts.
do it. It is
Facts.
the most worth your money. All right, next question. Are you guys hyped for Big Ten football on CBS with USC at Michigan as a part of the $1 billion a year deal they did with the Big Ten?
Nothing says Big Ten football like
Come
that
on,
3:30 window on CBS.
Absolutely.
To be fair, and I'll keep it 100 with everybody. You are going to do all the streaming you are. And that's the reason they do this. All 3 of the networks are doing a $1 billion per year deal with the Big Ten.
Yeah.
All 3 of them. So I'll keep it 100 with everybody. It bothers me. It bothers me. This one bothers me. That's SEC football. That's CBS 3:30.
Why does it bother you?
It just, I don't know why. All right? I can't put a finger on
It's
it.
money for everybody.
No, I know. I get the why. I champion the why. I looked you guys in the eye and said, you guys are full of shit. I get it. But it does bother me. It just does, Flannel. I'm sorry. Gary Danielson doing the Big Ten now.
Look at you being a traditionalist.
Let me
Look
ask
at
you a question. Do you hate this version of USC more than you love the Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush, Lendale White USC?
Do I hate this version more
than you love the?
No, I love the Reggie Bush. USC.
I'm just saying, like, you've got a little USC derangement syndrome. You cannot bear to have Gary Danielson call a USC game. How the horror, the humanity.
It's not that. It's not USC. That's an SEC.
That's fine. That's fine.
It is.
But the Big Ten is here now. Right. The Big Ten is here now, man. It is what it is.
You know, we're going to be seeing.
They're using the same theme. That's where I draw
You want
the
a
line.
different theme song?
You want to break me down? That's where I draw the line. They're going to run the same theme music out there. That is bullshit. I don't care what you guys
And we're going to
say.
see Khalil Mullings with a lot of power runs in the end zone this
damn
Saturday.
right. Oh, yeah. Talk
with
about
that
it,
song
Sam.
in the background while they're playing the highlights.
Talk about it, Sam.
Come on.
Talk about it.
A little Mason Graham sack fumble that's recovered by Mason Graham as well. You know, have himself a Clowney moment. But
real cream of wheat. matey. Okay, man.
Damn right.
Good luck with that buffering.
I do both though, so they got us either way.
Just like Diddy, he does both. All right, next question.
Not just like Diddy.
Speaking of Diddy, Mike G, the new Big Ten gets my freak off. So
Jonathan Anton, recommendations on Crunchyroll. The Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime just came out with a new season. That's a really good one.
Kaiju number 8 is good.
Kaiju number 8 is great. Windbreaker is really good. Windbreaker is really good.
What is
it's like
happening?
it's like Tokyo Revengers, but not with all the
Did I
stupid
drink too
shit.
much bourbon?
I just started watching Tower of God. That's
What are they
pretty
talking
good.
Yeah, Tower of God's really good.
Yeah.
There's Solo Leveling. Its first season
yeah.
just ended. It's got a new season already coming pretty soon. I could go for days. But
real
next
cream
question.
of wheat. Real cream of wheat. I heard Neil Rule was at one of those P. Diddy parties. No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm 1,000,000%.
A man of your stature is at a P. Diddy party.
Absolutely.
All right, next question of the Sports Media Nickel Package. Speaking of college football, Georgia and Texas, October 19th on ABC. Obviously, the network is hoping both teams remain undefeated in this matchup. Just over 9 million people watch Texas and Michigan on Fox. Ha ha! Well, will more people watch Georgia and Texas?
Leave Gus alone.
Why is he taking shots at Gus?
No, you're taking shots at Gus.
You think more people will watch it than watch Michigan, Texas?
If they're both undefeated, they should, because
Yeah,
that will
absolutely.
be a matchup, one of the greatest on paper college football matchups we've seen in 10 years.
I don't think they'll both
Seriously.
be undefeated.
Oh.
One of them is going to lose.
ReZero's coming out with a new season 2. It's the best isekai in the game. Watch it. It's fucking sick.
Spenny, do you think more people will watch that game?
No.
Really?
No, I don't. I think Texas and Michigan are rightfully or not rightfully so bigger brands than Georgia. Like I know Georgia's
I agree.
won
You know
two
what?
national
I agree with
championships.
that.
Texas is still a bigger brand.
Georgia's a better football team, but
yeah,
they're
but
a bigger
Texas
brand.
is a bigger brand. Michigan obviously is the biggest brand in college sports. So yeah, they're no.
And that's where it is too. Like with Georgia being in Athens, Atlanta, like downtown Atlanta, is a Georgia Tech, strong.
That- yeah,
that's
true.
just the way
That's
that
true.
it is. So they don't have like that huge city that people are going to mobilize for and roll out and watch it. But at the same time, when I tell you guys that I hate this part of it, this is why. This is why right here, because Georgia and Texas, like, come on, what are we talking about?
Right,
You
right.
should get $1 billion.
It'll decide the one seed probably in the college football playoff.
Yeah.
So good.
So dumb.
That's a banger.
So good.
That's a banger.
It's a great theme song. That I
Share the
associate with
theme
the
song,
SEC.
goddammit. Share the theme song.
Share the theme song.
Share it, man. It's okay. It's okay, Neil.
Okay, anywho.
All right, next question of the college. Oh, we gotta speed up. We're over.
All
We're gonna
good.
be the morning
Oh,
show.
damn right.
2 University of Montana athletes signed NIL deals endorsing a political candidate. Is this going too far?
It's never going too
the
far.
bag.
Get your bag.
Yeah.
Get your bag.
That's all it is.
Get your bag. You know what? Athletes, hear me now. And people that I work for probably won't like this, but hear me now. Get every dollar you can get.
You damn right.
The coach gets every dollar they can get. You should get every dollar you could get.
Especially if you're
the
a brother.
athletic director gets every dollar they can get, so you should get every dollar you can get.
Yeah.
The president of the university gets every dollar they can get, so you get every dollar that you can get. Because guess what, guys? The athletes, none of this happens without you.
Yeah.
There's no one to coach. There's no one to win. There's no one to drive applications to the university. Get every dollar you can get from whoever
Period.
offers it to you. Whoever. I'm tired. Oh, you guys know. I'm so tired of that, man.
Yeah.
Like Dabo Sweeney sits on his high horse with his $70 million guarantee
And that's why
contract.
he's going to lose. That's why he's going to lose. Don't worry about it.
He sits on his high horse with 70 M's in the bank no matter what. Easy to say, Dabo. Easy to say. Get every dollar you can get.
And I have to
I'll
be-
never be mad at that.
And I have to be the voice of reason that Dabo Sweeney is still one of the greatest college football coaches ever. But
Until he's not.
Okay, fine. Fair enough. But anywho, it's Montana. And to your point, Montana football players, with all due respect, are probably not going to be getting big contracts in the NFL. This isn't Will Johnson and Mason Graham endorsing a political candidate and getting NIL. These are guys that are probably never going to play in the league. So this might be one of the biggest paychecks they ever get in their life. So shout out, get your money, Kings.
To be fair, when I read the story, the contracts range from $500 to $2,500.
All right, well, scratch everything I just said.
Right, damn.
But you know what, though?
Get your money.
Get the money, man.
Get your money.
For real.
Dude, if anybody wants to pay me to do a commercial, I'm there.
Right.
I will sell out so quick. All right, final question of the day of Nickel Package and Bourbon Friday. Flannel. Flannel, you married into Michigan football season tickets.
Facts.
Some say it's the reason you got married.
Facts.
Anyway, would you support
Erroneous.
a $10% talent fee on every ticket to get money to pay players like Tennessee is
You
doing?
prostitute.
Whether I support it or not, I'm going to pay for tickets. Like whenever my father-in-law doesn't want to go to games anymore, I'd like for him to pass the tickets on to me, and I will pay him for them. So yeah, I'm still going to go to games. So by nature, I'm supporting whatever the hell they want me to support.
Exactly. Same
It
here.
is what it is.
Same here. I'm with the team. If I want to go to a game, I'm throwing the money out.
Did you, Spenny? That's a difficult question
Man,
or a
Spenny.
difficult statement to bring up.
Man, why you write those crazy questions, Spenny?
I know.
I wonder.
Crazy that
Final.
it's Spinny doing that.
Yeah.
Did you get married for season tickets?
I
Is
did
that
not.
true?
I did not. It was just there's
perk.
no better perk for old Flannel Sam than Michigan football
Flannel
tickets.
Sam.
Prostitute.
There's not like I would rather have Michigan football tickets than like a mansion in, I don't know, the Florida Keys or something like
Whore.
Max Mayer, I wouldn't pay 10% for DJU. Yes, you would.
No.
If you were a
support him
Seminoles
enough.
fan, yes, you would.
If you support him enough,
Are you-
absolutely.
hey, if they charge
You're
you
going to pay
10%,
10% extra for Davis Warren.
yeah, you're paying
Basically the
10%
same
extra
thing.
for Alex Orgy, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
You are going to do it. The moral of the story, you guys are all addicted.
that. You know
Would
what?
you rather have Davis Warren or Alex Orji?
Alex Orgy,
Or, I
Yeah,
mean,
not-
sorry, Davis Warren or DJU?
DJU.
It's pretty close.
DJU has showed some things in Oregon
Spanny,
State.
you know how
Clemson.
this works in this town.
Nah,
like they're
I'm good on
Michigan
DJU.
fans, but they're still Detroit fans.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes Pete.
Uh-oh.
Pete's got the tray of food in his hand.
Yeah, with
and, like,
the
he
bagel.
looked-
No, the dry bagel that he always has.
Just a dry, plain bagel.
Well, it was funny because
So
he was
weird.
walking towards, and then he looked up and saw that we were still in here,
he curved
and
off.
then he like veered off to
Yeah.
the right, like Barry Sanders, like he cut.
All right, well, let's get it out. Let's get out of here. We gotta
Should
clear,
we?
Yeah,
I mean,
we gotta clear
should we
everything.
or should we do a sit-in? Should we take it till 2?
I almost want to do a sit-in. I'm on all three shows.
Yeah,
It don't matter.
say, you're gonna be here either way.
It don't matter for me.
Honest to God, before we no, we're not going to do it. But do you think we could carry it till 2?
Yeah, for sure.
Duh.
Easily.
Yeah.
How awesome would that be?
That would be great.
It's Bourbon Friday. Of course we can carry it to 2 o'clock.
No,
I still got half a bottle.
Yeah,
Yo,
man.
and if you want me to start the untracked at 2 o'clock, when it comes to DJU versus Davis Warren, at least DJU was recruited in a top recruit. At
Sam.
least DJU has
Sam.
had some success at Clemson and Oregon State.
Sam.
Davis Warren is a goddamn walk-on.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
that's true.
Come on.
He's Cade McNamara, but with interceptions.
I'm good on DJU, bro.
I'm not. He'd be better than Davis Warren. Come on.
That's a low bar.
Obviously.
That's a low
Obviously.
bar. Come on, bro.
Ryan's reaction, you know Neil is drunk when he does unpaid overtime.
Yeah.
Well, you know I'm sober because I'm not doing it.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Like, let's be real about it.
There you go. Tell him.
For real, Spenny. I know you want to wrap it up. How awesome would it be though if we went till 2 o'clock?
That would be good. They would freak out.
Should
One
we
day
do
we
that?
gonna do it.
Should we do it one time?
No, I don't want Pete to have a heart attack. Because we aren't the ones that'll get
That'll
yelled
pay.
at.
No,
by.
that's
Say,
true.
for
Pete's
That
the
is
one
sick.
who can-
He
How
gotta
many graphics
suffer.
does Pete have to load in?
Yeah.
87 graphics.
Yeah.
How many graphics do they use on E&E?
They give him like 80 and then use like 10.
Who comes up with the graph?
Man.
Did you say 80?
Yeah, no, for real.
I used to watch
It's a lot of graphics.
I used to watch Mayer and Fletch and Parker sit back there and make graphics for like an hour and a half.
Yep.
No, they give him so many graphics that they keep them in the system for like a couple days afterwards.
And guess
they
who
still might not even get to them.
And guess who gets yelled at if Pete's graphic getting ability is like 0.5 seconds slow? Pete.
Yeah, I feel bad for Pete.
Bless his
Yeah,
heart.
Pete is under
Love
a lot
Pete.
of pressure.
Love
Shout
Pete.
out Pete, man. That's
It's
my guy.
his high stress job for sure. But he does it well. Shout out Pete.
Why do
Yeah.
you need 80 graphics?
Let Pete cook.
It's not actually 80 graphics, but it's a lot of graphics.
Why do you need
Closer
10
to 80 than it is
graphics?
0.
It's a lot, right? It's a lot of graphics though.
Why do you need 20 graphics? Like, for what?
It's a 2-hour.
Hey, JB Smoove in the chat, who helps in the creation of those graphics. You know, he says facts with 3 exclamation points. And if JB Smoove says it, it's true.
Law.
It's true.
It's law.
The MVP of Woodward Sports without a shadow of a doubt.
Well,
why 20 graphics?
I'm hungry, man.
Hey, man. Right.
What are you doing? What are you doing with all this? For real, what are you doing?
You
Like,
gotta
you can't make your own point.
Talk to Ryan Ermanni and Braylon Edwards.
Right,
And
hey,
Max.
the chat. Just ask the question during the show. I do love doing this. Hey, chat, just ask the question during the show.
They won't, but you know.
The chat will. 100% they will.
They won't acknowledge it.
Well, that's what I hear. All right, everybody. Great week.
I work for the show, by the way. Y'all can't keep slandering the show.
We are
Y'all
setting-
messing up my credibility.
Hey, chat,
You do a great job with every show, KG.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Set up KG to fail, everybody. All right. There's always a home for you here, KG.
Yeah, thank
Never
you.
forget,
Thank you.
man.
Better than BMG. Pause. No offense to him. I'm just, I'm wearing the chain.
Big D Energy. Well, see you
Love
later.
you guys both.